What's up? What's up, guys? Welcome to another Saturday live stream today. I am really excited to kick off another Saturday with you guys here, the community, the Stadia community. Today we're gonna chat, we're gonna play a little grid, we're gonna have a little fun, and it's been a while since I've talked to you guys, so I'm glad to be here today with you guys and hang out. In the meantime, give me a second while I finish setting up a couple things here. Definitely want to give a shout out to all you guys and all the support lately that I've been seeing on the videos and everything. Let me go ahead and real quick also give a shout out to John. John, I don't know how to say your last name. Chris, thank you for becoming a member. You became a Cloud King. I got to change those names at some point. You became one yesterday, and I appreciate it. Him and I had a bit of a debate on another one of my videos, and it was a lot of fun. Yo, D's Master, what's up, man? Coming in with a 10. You're already coming in hot, man. How's it going? There we go. Sweet. I don't have my notification, my stuff here. Thank you for that $10, D's. How's it going, brother? How are you doing? Okay, let me say what's up to everybody. I don't even have my chat up, guys. I'm such a noob, man. Yo, the YouTube and the streaming's hard for me, man. It's really hard. I'm a bit of a dunce. Give me a second. Let me say what's up to all you fine folk in the chat as well. Oh my goodness, my controller is rumbling. You guys are killing me right now. What's up, Appletron? Little 123 UT. I hope you're doing well, brother. SSR, how are you doing, my friend? Granite, I hope you're well, sir. Granite, good to see you. Gem, the gem of the community. How you doing, Gem? Are we playing Mario Kart? Maybe. What's up, Soon Say? What's up, man? Eric Appletron. What's up, Appletron? I hope you're doing well, sir. Eli Levy, how's it going? Little 123 saying, I'm gonna go have to report you to the CEO of YouTube. You are 1 minute late. My bad, man. My bad. But I'm here, ready to hang out with you guys today. My bad. A slight start day is perfectly normal around these parts. Yeah, typically. What's up, Blue Fire? JDT, FGP Gaming. What's up, guys? Is my music too loud, by the way? No, it's perfect. Looks perfect. Good stuff. Good stuff. What's up, Stadia Kingdom, brother? How's it going? We got somebody coming in here with already the trolls. What's up, Kenshi? No, Kenshi, you're not a troll. What's up, Kenshi? D's, thank you again for that $10, sir. Ron, how's it going, brother? How are you doing? I hope work hasn't been stressing you out too much. Ilsum, how are you? Good to see you here, Ilsum. OG, Vegas. What's up, Vegas? I hope you haven't been stressed out at work either. I hope your family's doing well. The Stadia Universe. What's up, man? For the time being, I'm working on my old channel. Wait, did you change your channel name? You went from Kingdom to Universe? Okay, just making sure. I thought that was you. Hopefully I'm not confusing. What's up, the Red Hunter? PT 3005. Fully Cooley Bomb. D's, what do you think of YT live streaming? Seems like it's gaming, like it is gaming on Steam, on Twitch, and others. That's how it is, D's. That's how it is, essentially. You're kind of just streaming. It looks like, from what I saw, there was something that got leaked that YT streaming's looking to be more direct at some point. What's up? Hello from Puerto Rico. ¿Cómo estás, mi amigo González? Yo soy puertorriqueño también, pero no tengo el acento. Tengo un acento mexicano. ¿Cómo estás, González? I hope you're doing well. Thank you for coming on the channel from Puerto Rico. Little 123, my Stadia Pro recently expired. Uh-oh. You won't be able to play today. No worries, little 123. No worries. Thank you for coming on and hanging out with me, though. Just got Premiere Edition today. No input lag. Perfect picture so far. Controller feels great. Heavier than other controllers, though. I'm playing Borderlands 3. That's awesome. Congratulations, Harry Kane. Welcome to the community. If some of you guys in the chat can say what's up to Harry Kane, joining us here with us Stadians today as we're going to play a little bit. What's up, Michael? Let's go see some crowd play. There's no crowd play. I'm not cool. I'm not cool. Stadia doesn't think I'm cool enough for crowd play, so I'm going to have to wait like the rest of the plebs and wait while it rolls out to everybody. I'm on my way to San Diego right now as we speak, Ron. Oh my goodness, I'm jealous, man. The heat here in Arizona is terrible. Patrick, hello from Germany. How's it going, sir? Good to see you, Patrick. I am from the Roadman country. I don't know what that means. But awesome. You're going to love it. The controller's a little heavier, but feels solid. I love the Stadia controller. It's my favorite controller. I'm not saying that because I'm a Stadia fan. Just, I love this controller. It's my favorite one. Maybe a stupid question, but is there a voice chat on Division 2 with PC users? I think there is, but I don't know if somebody else can answer that question. All right, let's go ahead. Let's jump into it. Guys, join us on Grid. Click that click to play down below. Hop on here. If you guys want to play with us, I think SSR has got the instructions. Do I have the instructions? Maybe SSR can put the instructions on there. It has been a while since I've talked to all you guys, and I'm really happy to hang out with you guys today. We're going to play a little Grid. We're going to talk a little Stadia. We're going to talk a little cloud gaming as well. Let's talk anything and everything on this channel. If you guys want to ask me questions about anything, I'm here for that too. You guys can ask me what I ate for breakfast. I didn't eat anything. Nothing. But either way, you guys can ask me whatever. We're going to talk whatever. We're going to just play. We're going to have some fun today. I'm excited to hang out with you guys. Let's get into it. Let's go. Stadians, let's roll out and play a little Grid. Let's do it. There we go. Perfect. Well, there we go. 15 out of 40. Let's go. Let's dive into it. If you guys want to hop on with us, get in. Get in with us. Get in. And you guys can join us. Play a little Grid. We are kind of on our last days of Grid while we wait for more games to come out. We're going to have Bomberman. We're going to have a few other titles that are going to be headed our way, and we're going to be streaming all of those. I might start throwing in some older titles like Creta, even though it's not an old title. And we'll just let you guys vote on a weekly basis what games we're going to play. Let me go ahead and we're going to turn down. Should we turn on the music? Let's turn on the music, especially when it got weird on me. I think you guys can hear the in-game sound a little bit. Looks like it. All right, you can hear a little bit. Sweet stuff. Let's go into it. We are changing it up. We got different cars today. You are definitely, ooh, cool enough. Looks like Google needs a disappointed dad conversation. I don't know about that, man. I don't know about that. Yo, what's up, Blue Pixel? How's it going, man? Salute, stay. Oh my goodness, into the wall. That's how we start this race. What's up, Rosen? How's it going? What's up, Gem? Wait a minute, let me connect my controller. Get in here, boys, ladies and gents. Let's do it. Let's fill this race up today. I'm excited to play with you guys. Like I said, we're kind of on our last days of Grid here, as we're going to start playing some other stuff as soon as they start releasing. I think the lineup's going to feature, what we might do is like a rotating set of games every week, with maybe at the beginning you guys voting. Oh my goodness. I'm thinking maybe we could add a little Creta. I'm not too wild about Creta. I don't know if anybody's created any games to where it's like you can incorporate as many people, but I know Super Bomberman. I'm looking to play as well. What's that other game? I'm drawing a blank right now. Dead by Daylight. I know that doesn't incorporate a lot of people, but anything that's going to have crowd play, I'm probably going to stream here on Saturdays. So I'm really, really excited for all that stuff. So can't wait to see it. Oh, can you want a custom match on the Chromecast? So I am on the Chromecast. Not sure what you mean by a custom match. I did make a custom match on the Chromecast. What's up, Alf? How's it going, man? Alpha Ace? Is that your name? Alpha Ace. What's up, guys? So if you guys, anything you guys want to talk about, let me know in the chat. I am here ready to discuss anything. The way we work these streams is I play with you guys. I don't play very well, but I chat with you guys and I hang out, and it's been exciting, man. This week has been a crazy week for me personally. I've been just making videos, but I haven't been able to stream as much. Been taking a break, kind of getting settled, because the schedule will change a little bit for me here in the future. Saturdays will continue to remain, but with kids going back to school means I have to work even more. So it's going to be interesting here in the coming weeks to see what the schedule is going to be like. I'm actually going to start hammering that out today, so then I'll give you guys an update for sure. What's up, Jared? How's it going, man? Creta is fun for the Stream 5. Try it. Yeah, Creta has some good games, like the prop hunt. There's a couple games that I definitely enjoy. The problem with prop hunt and me as the streamer is you guys will find me right away. But there's some good stuff on Creta. We might just have like a revolving door of stuff like that. Grid, I think people are a little tired of Grid, so we might move on here in the coming weeks. Stadia Universe says Young, yeah, is really trying his best to put out a bad name on Stadia. It's a shame because I like his content. You know, I don't know what Young is. I don't know if I'm saying his name correctly. I'm gonna just call him Young. I don't know if Young has like, I don't know if Stadia, like, I don't know if they like found him one day while he was walking home and they just like beat him up. Maybe like a CEO. Like, I don't know if they just like, I don't know. Like it's kind of weird, his obsession. It's like he's on a mission to take down the platform or something. I find it kind of funny. I don't know what his deal is. I didn't watch his last video. Usually I kind of watch like a couple first minutes just to kind of see what his point is. But the whole idea that xCloud's gonna kill Stadia type of thing is kind of a joke. I'm looking forward to see if xCloud's gonna be working any better here when it launches. But they do completely different things. There's a lot of faults with xCloud, and I'm excited to give it a shot, but it's not gonna be the end all be all, because honestly, if xCloud was that good, it wouldn't be part of a free tier with Xbox Game Pass. But I don't think it's gonna be that great, so we'll see. Jem says yes. Said it. Hold on, I'll read what you said in a second, Jem. The Stadia universe is disappointing to see people hate on Stadia. Yeah, it's a little weird though. It's kind of like he's beating a dead horse at this point. Even his own viewers in his own comments are like, yo, just kind of let it go. See, I would say something like more egregious and more rated R on this channel, but we're PG on this channel. But I'm just like, did they do something to him that I'm not aware of? Did somebody come in the middle of the night and touch him in his nether regions or something along those lines? Did something happen that I'm not aware of? Like, I don't get it personally. The Guinness, hello Sunny, how are you? Yes, I haven't played Grid in weeks. Yo, Guinness, a perfect time. Hop in here with us because we're kind of on our last days where we're gonna play Grid on a weekly basis. So get in here, Guinness, and it's good to see you, sir. Jem says, yes, thank you. I said the same thing. Imagine hating something so much that you constantly make videos about it. It's a little weird. But you know what, though? It's part of that is, I'm going to give him a little bit of defense. Part of that is the culture on YouTube. There's a huge market for people to make videos bashing on certain things. Not even necessarily Stadia, just in general. It's like, there's a segment of people that on a daily basis want to grab their pitchforks and they want to just hate on something for fun. Now, granted, I keep saying this, I think he's just beating a dead horse, and I've seen it in his own comments where just people are just like, let it go, man. Let it go. But it's funny. It really is. Philly says competition is good. Competition is really good. And I honestly think that it's possible that because of xCloud coming out here, and they are making some noise, they are making some waves, that it might force Stadia to up their value proposition on maybe Stadia Pro. I mean, it's already good value, but they might do a little bit extra. So we'll see what happens. Competition is always amazing. Hey, who knows what Dr. Disrespect's gonna do with his YouTube streaming? The kind of start, yeah, he started streaming yesterday. I watched him for a bit. The man's amazing at what he does. We're watching greatness when he streams, for sure. Sometimes, like, I watch him and I think, man, like, he's just so random. I love it. It's just nuts. I made a video the other day on my channel about Stadia versus the Cloud Wars. I went in. I haven't seen that one, brother. I haven't seen that one. Check out Stadia Universe. I guess you changed your name, Stadia Universe. Check out his channel. I love your passion, brother. Love your passion. Who's hyped for Night City Wire? You know, I haven't been getting into that. Is the Night City Wire the cyberpunk like lore, but it doesn't give you any spoilers, correct? Is that what it is? Or is that like gameplay or something? xCloud doesn't even go on the TV. Yeah, so that's one of the things. xCloud doesn't have PC, it doesn't have the TV. There's a lot of restrictions, and you know what? You can tell by the way they're marketing the bad boy that they're not trying to claim that it's going to be anything great, and you can see it, and I think it's a good idea. It's a good idea. There's a lot of flaws with xCloud, and I always talk about those flaws. And the number one being that it just doesn't work anywhere near as good as like a Stadia. I mean, people want to talk about latency. You can definitely feel it with xCloud. Let me tell you something, guys. If I was introduced to xCloud as the main cloud competitor when I started this channel, I would have been like, yeah, I'm not doing cloud gaming. Sorry, guys. That's how bad xCloud is. Oh my god. That was an insane crash. Oh, I hope whoever did that clipped it. Whoever flipped over like 5 times. Oh my god. Hey, Sunny, how do you eat real How do you reel about Yang? Yeah, were you just talking about him? Yeah, I was just a couple guys mentioned him in the chat, and I was just mentioning what my feelings are on him. Honestly, I can't watch Yang stuff anymore, man. I honestly can. It's just getting kind of sad at this point. Oh my goodness. What's up? So gamers are just kind of weirdos with strange corporate loyalties. Maybe. Just play what you want. Oh, I see what you're saying, Ian Will. Yeah, I kind of subscribe to that mindset. I absolutely subscribe to the mindset that you don't... By the way, guys, and I know I kind of go on tangents here, but if you guys wanted to literally have the full library of games through the cloud, it's possible. I mean, it's a bummer when Stadia doesn't get certain games or GeForce Now doesn't get certain games, but if you were to put the whole package together, you're probably paying something around $20-25 to pretty much have access to every game you want if you wanted to go down that route. Now, personally, that's why I'm covering more cloud gaming stuff, not just Stadia. I love Stadia, by the way. It's like I've said before, it's my #1 favorite platform. It's the one that, listen, I hop on GeForce Now, I hop on Shadow, and I do feel like I'm cloud gaming. Stadia is the one that makes me feel like I'm not cloud gaming. The others give me those feels pretty much on a consistent basis, but that doesn't mean that they don't run well. They run exceptionally well. It's just sometimes certain things work well, sometimes they don't. And I feel like with Stadia, and this is, I'm just talking on a personal level, I don't get that with Stadia. Like, very rarely do I have issues with any games whatsoever. Now, that's not to say there isn't... Oh my goodness. I'm like pinballing. That's not to say that there isn't some games that don't run well or that sometimes Stadia doesn't get it right. I mean, didn't like this past week, the service went down for like a little bit, which was insane. It's not completely perfect just yet, but it's the one that doesn't make me feel like I'm cloud gaming. Like, by the way, right now I'm actually playing Stadia right now through a capture card, which is adding probably more latency to the mix, and I don't even feel it. I don't feel it whatsoever. Oh my goodness, Duncan's in the race? I had to rush into you, Duncan. I had to run into you, sir. Oh man. Yeah, hate content on YouTube is going off right now. Yeah, that's not what I'm about on this channel, man. I don't cover like Young. I know people like it. I'm listen, if I were to make a video getting all of Young's main points on his video, like if I were to hit all his points and counter him and make a good video, and you know I would make a good video out of it, I'm pretty sure I would gain a ton of subs, right? But I'm not here to give a guy like him any more of a platform than he needs. And I'm a small YouTuber, so it won't make that big a difference. I'm not going to pretend like I have some sort of influence. But it just, I'm not about that on this channel, man. I'm just not about going in and just like, you know, fueling fire to that negativity. And I just don't see the point, really. I mean, you got to call out these companies when you need to call them out, but you don't need to go into a weird obsession like the way he does. So I don't know. Is it a bit weird, but I feel if you mention Stadia, you get pushed by YouTube. No, you don't get pushed by YouTube if you mention Stadia. He just has a bigger channel. I would actually argue that you surprisingly don't get pushed out much if you mention Stadia, unless you mean like Stadia negatively. Then yes, that tends to get clicks within certain people, if that's what you mean. On the bright side, bad publicity is still publicity. You know what's funny is that's completely true. Like, no one's talking about Stadia, but if you're mentioning Stadia in a bad light and you're still giving it I can't talk. Publicity. If you're still giving it some talk, it still actually helps more than it hurts, at least at the moment. So you're not completely wrong on that. Can I join the race whenever there's an open spot? There should be an open spot. Get in here, Glitchy Gamer, brother. Get in here, man. We got open spots for days right now. Get in. We're trying to fill up these races right now. Woo. I'm having troubles with these cars, so we did change up the cars today. I always complain about how slow cars are in games, and when I play Grid, I just think it's too fast. Yo, you don't want to play F1 2020, man. You want to talk about fast. That game's insane. Myers, you just finished Rage. Took me 9 hours to finish the story. Wow, really? Was there like any sort of side action in that game? I didn't know you could finish it so quick. Let me go ahead and catch up to the chat right now. The Stadia universe, what's up? Oh yeah, he changed his name. If more games have crossplay, Stadia would be so much stronger. So that's the thing. I'm losing my voice a little bit. That's the thing with crossplay, is that the developers have to implement crossplay. It's not Stadia. Now I don't know if there's some sort of magic where Stadia can throw them money. I don't know if it's just that easy where you can just be like, hey, we highly encourage you. We're going to give you this extra bag of money. Here you go. You know, I don't know if that's how it works or what. But if a game doesn't have crossplay, like for instance, a good one is Ghost Recon Breakpoint. Talk about a game that would really need it. And then when you have Division 2, the same type of title, it's frustrating. It is frustrating. And at the moment, Stadia is going to need crossplay until it becomes more mainstream, which, by the way, if you haven't seen my recent video, this platform is going to get there. It's going to get there. It's going to get there. It's going to take time. You got to be patient, but it's going to get there. What's up, Chris? How's it going, man? Losing my voice. Thanks for the invite, Sonny, but I'm going to look at the stream. No, all good, man. How is F1's 2020 player base? Is it easy to find a match? No, it's not. It's not easy to find a match in F1 2020, but there is a Stadia Racing Discord that does play F1 2020. I have a link down below. They're a really cool Discord racing community. It's not something that I run at all. You can hop in there and you can join them and you can try to get some races. I think they have events. That might be the way that you get in and play with other players on F1 2020. Unfortunately, F1 2020 is a game where crossplay would have been much needed. But let me tell you something. It's such a fun game. By the way, Stadia Goat is an amazing name. I like that. Stadia Goat. I like that name. About CP, they're not trying to spoil anything. They just give you information. Oh, boy. That's some great racing. Great racing. Let me go ahead and actually catch up to the chat here. If there's a spot for me to join, yes, hop on, man. There is a spot. There should be a spot. Let me see how many people are racing right now. 25 people. So there's definitely quite a few spots. I haven't been joining the races lately. I get busy at this time. I will join next time. No worries, Chris. No worries. Yo, what's up, Nintendo Nate, sir? How are you doing? How are you doing, sir? Did you end up building your computer? It's been a while since I've caught up with you. xCloud has a switching stream Valhalla. Stadia is good and fast and easy just to play and forget all the other things. Agreed, Guinness. Agreed. I couldn't agree with you more on that. Hey, how can I play with you? Check the instructions down below. There should be some instructions. You just join multiplayer session and you can come in and play. There's definitely spots open. I'm playing with one hand right now, trying to read the chat. And there it is. Oh, the one hand racing is failing. I don't like the Netflix style business of xCloud. Really, I like to be able to play my games after I stop subscribing, but I will try it. So curious, why don't you like the style of Netflix? Like I don't know if I got an explanation out of that sentence. I'm curious, Chris. What are your thoughts on that? I personally don't mind. I don't feel like it hurts. Well, like I said in that video, it hurts if like you join xCloud, and like the example that I used in my video was if you play Minecraft Dungeons, right? And it's a game that has a little bit of loot. It has difficult tiers. What happens if you play Minecraft Dungeons and then it leaves the Xbox Game Pass service, which I'm assuming games will come and go on the service. Do you lose your progress? Or can you launch it? Can you buy it separately? And I guess that's kind of the question I have for xCloud. They haven't answered all the questions on how they're working their business model. And those are really important questions because imagine, I know what happens with PlayStation Now. PlayStation Now, literally a month ago, I hopped on there because I wanted to try it out. And I hopped on PlayStation Now. And on the day that I logged in, it said today's the last day that Spider-Man is going to be on here. And I'm just like, wait, what? So then if I were to play Spider-Man, and I did, and I played for a little bit, I'm like, I'm going to lose all this progress, aren't I? And I'm just like, you know, it did say that they might save progress. So maybe if you buy it and then download it on your hardware. But then if you only play xCloud for xCloud, then you can't do that if you don't own an Xbox, right? And I don't know if it's that seamless with like downloading on your PC. So that's the only thing. Ooh, Madden. All right, let me continue catching up. xCloud has a switching library and a game can switch out of the library. How can you stream Valhalla Legion with xCloud? No, you can't. Yeah, exactly. Yes, there's 10-minute Stadia downtime this week. Not too bad at all. 10 minutes. Wow. Can you fix your gaming PC in 10 minutes? Hey now. If Stadia went down for 10 minutes, I don't want to give them any excuses, because let me tell you something. If people really got wind for Stadia being down for like anything more than like an hour, forget about it. You know the negative press you would see? It would be like, yep, that's why we don't have Stadia. That's why Stadia's crap. That's like the stuff that you're going to hear. You have to subscribe to Shadow, or is it free? You have to pay a monthly fee for Shadow. You have to pay a monthly fee. I should know this answer. I think it's like 10 bucks. I forget. Stadia and GeForce Now is the way to go. That's kind of like the duo that I recommend. But let me tell you something. If you're an Apple user, then I would probably recommend Shadow as well. Yo, if you guys want to add me, feel free. I just ordered the Note 20 Ultra and got xCloud for 3 months free. I'm excited to try that out. Nice, Nintendo Nate. Let me know how that works out, man. I'm too poor to get them fancy phones that y'all got. Y'all be getting them fancy phones, man. Those really nice looking phones. I don't get to play with them phones. I got them ugly small little phones. Who knows if Dr. Disrespect can then make a deal with Stadia? He's back in streaming. I don't think they'd have the amount of money in marketing to pay what a Dr. Disrespect would pull. I'm telling you guys want to get a guy like Dr. Disrespect on Stadia, you make your own game. That's mind-blowing. I made that video. I still stand by it. I'm probably going to talk about that for like the rest of, until they actually do it. They need to make a game that is just so mind-blowing that everybody just has to hop on there. And I think they can. And I think they can do it in a small space and a good relative time. Not a game that requires millions of years. That's why I always mention the Battle Royale example, because I think it's the easiest to make. And it's extremely popular. Rage 2 isn't a bad game. There just aren't many story missions. Ooh. That makes sense. Hello from Germany. Hello, Alexander. Welcome to the channel, and hello from Germany. How are you doing? Welcome. Good to see you. I don't know how to say your name, and it's in a lettering of a language that I don't want to assume. I can't wait to use Stadia in Korea. Okay, Korea. Maybe I should just read the sentence. I really wanted that. That would be really cool. I would love to see Stadia in South Korea. I think that would be insane. It would be awesome, and I would be celebrating. I am going to be celebrating when Stadia comes out in more countries. I'm going to be celebrating for sure, because it is going to be a good time, and I think it's important. I think it's important for the health of this platform to be on other countries. Not only that, just for everything in general, man. There'll be more people on the platform. There'll be more there'll be more confidence from publishers and developers. And hopefully, maybe we can all play with each other. Maybe in a sense. I don't know how that might work, but either way, I can't wait. I hope to see it in Korea. It's actually the first time I've seen someone say that. So sweet. Welcome to the channel, sir. I don't know how to say your name at all, but welcome. Sweet. So did we get through 3 races? Sweet. All right, let me go ahead and real quick. Yo, Prank Nuts, thank you for the $1.99. I just saw that, sir. Appreciate that.
Are you going to get a PS5?
Am I going to get a PS5? I'm debating it still. That's going to be a tough one, because the wife might not approve. So I don't know. I don't know if I am. I'm leaning towards no. I don't really see a need for it. But if it has something to do with PlayStation Now, then I could. That might seem backwards, but it's because I have a channel that covers, So we'll see. I'm thinking about it, but I see, I'm a gamer and I like exclusives, and the exclusives that PlayStation have is going to be awesome. But if I'm being honest, I'm just so, like, if I'm being realistic with my mindset and my time, there's just no way I'm going to have time to jump into the games that they're going to come out. So we'll see. I'm leaning towards like no, but it's like 55 to 45. It's very close. All right, real quick. Here we go. Let's do Tunnel Run. Let's do it. Let's go ahead and launch this. We're going to get the races going nice and quick. All right, let me continue catching up with the chat here. Brawlhalla would be great for Stadia. I would love to see some Brawlhalla. I think it'd be a good one. Not sure how popular it could be. I think Brawlhalla is pretty much on Android phones now, right? Little, yes, who knows? But if he's to Stadia, then Stadia would get 100 million viewers easily. Yeah, for sure. It would. Yo, thank you, Eric Lugo. Thank you for the $2.99. Thank you for that, man. Much appreciated, guys.
I'm out, Sunny. Catch you next time.
All right, brother.
And medium light skin tone.
All right, brother. Take care. Take care, man. I'll see you next time. Thank you for the $2.99, Eric, and have a good one, brother. Oh my god. Oh, Gamma, I took you out. Meyer says, I prefer to own games and have a subscription. And I think that's key for xCloud. They have to make a model to where you can own the games as well. Can you play Stadia in a country that doesn't support with VPN? I don't know, Roosevelt. Maybe someone else in the chat can answer that question. I think you've kind of confused me with that one.
OC Poppy, you got on my sloppy.
What's up, Prank? What's up? Thank you for the $1.99. I'm a little behind here on this. Yo, what's up, man? I'm not seeing the donations in the chat right now. Oh, Poppy, you got what? What's up, Prank? Thank you for that $1.99. Appreciate it. Can League of Legends and Valorant launch on Stadia? So there's no word on League of Legends or Valorant. I would expect them not to launch on Stadia. Not anytime soon anyways. So that would just be my guess. Little says it's $15 for Shadow Base. Yep. That's what I figured. $16 a month for the inexpensive Shadow. Yep. Stadia is disabled in Asia. Yeah, it is. Yeah, I know. Little I know, but remember that there's no bad publicity. Yep. PSN goes down often for a lot longer than Stadia did. I'm sure it does. Yo, what's up, Spaghetti? How's it going, sir? How are you doing? Anyone remember when PSN was shut down for over a month? I don't remember that. Holy crap, that's terrible. Wow. Oh my goodness. We need a Fall Guys for crowd play. Fall Guys looks like, by the way, I've played Fall Guys. It's a really fun game. I'd love to see that one on Stadia. That's like a perfect Stadia title. Just because the mobile aspect of it, it's like the perfect mobile game. Fall Guys would be amazing on there. Obviously it'd have to have crossplay, but yeah. Yo, what's up, Barclay? How's it going, man? Making good popular games is not easy. It was all big companies would do it all the time, so no change the doctors are gonna make good. Yeah, for sure. We know about streaming platform exclusivity deals with Twitch, YouTube, but what about exclusivity deals for xCloud or Stadia? We know about streaming platform exclusivity. xCloud's gonna be working with Facebook, Colin. xCloud's looking to integrate themselves and work with Facebook, and Stadia is YouTube. I think if that's what you mean. I think Stadia became a massive boost when Stadia became Uplay Plus and Origin Access. I mean, maybe. Yeah, I mean, I can see what you're saying. That's actually a really good point, Alexander. The thing is, though, that Uplay Plus is not going to be, in my opinion, I could be wrong on this. I don't think I'm wrong on this, though. It's just, it's too much logic for sure. Hold on, yo, did I get another dono? I'm so behind that I'm not even... Yo, what's up, Alexander? Thank you for the 5. You make a good job and give us the newest news. All Stadia needs guys like you. 5 from Germany. Thank you, Alexander.
Give us the newest news.
Thank you.
Stadia needs guys like you. And €5 from Germany.
Thank you. Thank you. And Prank Nuts, thank you for the $2. I got to go, but I love your stuff. Keep it up. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Have a good one, guys. Prank, thank you. Have a good one. Alexander, thank you for the 5. I think I'm almost caught up with the chat. I'll get back to what Alexander said here in a second. Says the kids that need PS5. Someone donate this man 500. He can get a PS5. No, no, it's all right. Don't do that. Don't do that. It doesn't matter if somebody were to donate 500 so I can get a PS5. Trust me, my wife would still roll her eyes over 10 times over. Anytime I mention there's a new system, hey, honey, there's like a new Nintendo Switch that might come out. You know, it's gonna be like a more hardcore version. She rolls her eyes. It doesn't matter. So it doesn't matter. You guys don't donate, by the way, because it won't matter. But yeah. Where was I here? If I share my requirements with the official community of Stadia, can Google Stadia team see and reflect them? I don't think that's necessary. I think they're probably have already collected data, and if I'm assuming you're in South Korea, they are. I wouldn't be surprised. That's going to be one of the countries, one of the very, I'd say, first countries we could see. I'm completely guessing, though. I have no clue, truly. Just completely, like, educated guess here. But I wouldn't worry too much about that. But I hear you, man. You want to see it in Korea, and I hope we see it there. What's up, Andre Sosa? How's it going? Hey, Sonny, I just got here. What's up, man? The game's not full. We got about 25 peeps in here. I've seen a bunch of people donating $100 to Dr. Disrespect. It was crazy. Yeah, man, he definitely made 5 figures, but he probably made 6 figures easily. Are you buying your brother the new Xbox, Sonny? No, I'm not. I'm not. I just bought this new Xbox One X, like 6 months, within the last 6 months. So I'm not buying him another Xbox. And he's mostly going to use Game Pass. I don't know. We'll see. I could see me doing it because I always feel bad. I've talked about this before. I had a childhood where I had parents who didn't like me playing video games, who thought it was a waste of time. So with my little brother, I kind of overcompensate a bit and I give him pretty much everything. And I think he's a bit spoiled. So a part of me goes, I don't think he needs another Xbox, even a new Xbox, especially since pretty much everything on Xbox, they don't even care if you get a new Xbox because everything else is going to be on like the old stuff and it's going to be on like xCloud and all this other stuff. So I don't know. We'll see. I probably will, just because that inner child in me wants to make sure he doesn't, like, he gets the newest stuff. But, you know, you guys know. You guys are parents. You guys know what I'm talking about. Maybe you don't. Maybe you're just like, you're not getting anything, daughter, son. But that's just kind of how I am. I had a childhood where it's like, I had to beg down on my knees to get like a $5 Nintendo cartridge. So, is there a way to use click the button with the CCU? I don't know, actually. Click to play. I don't know about that one. I think I've heard people, they link something and then they're able to do it off their phones. Yo, thank you for that $2. I don't know if my sound is high.
Put this into your PS5 funds tongue out.
Thank you. Appreciate that, Jeff, for the 2, man. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. Oh, that's too funny. I remember PSN shut down. It was made from some stupid guy in the country in Finland. Oh, Lord. No, I mean exclusivity deals for content creators. Exclusivity deals for content creators. Do you mean on games or what do you mean? Do you think we'll see a horror game from Supermassive? Yes. Yes, I think we're going to see a horror game. If I had to bet some money. Just say kids need PS5. Little 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna donate and you can't stop me. All right, I won't stop you then. Just donating 500 won't make a difference. Is all I'm saying. She'll roll her eyes 10 times over. Do you think Google will make games like God of War for Stadia? I think down the line, yes. I think that's a really good question, Dancing Panda. By the way, I didn't forget about the question earlier from Alexander, so I'll answer that in a little bit. I'm just trying to catch up a little bit with the chat. But I think down the line, you're going to see something like that. You'll see them continuing to expand the Xbox Studio. I'm sorry, the Stadia Studios. You'll see them expand Stadia Games and Entertainment. And I think down the line, but if I were to guess, I just think it makes too much sense at the moment to really put all your eggs in a social multiplayer type game. It does makes too much sense. I would be pretty shocked if they're making like this grand single player game. But I mean, because for one, those types of games, typically because you're adding all this AI and all this other stuff, they take a little longer. It's easier to make a sandbox style game where the players kind of create the content. So my guess is that they're working on that type of game, and that down the line, because with kind of like the technology of cloud gaming, and like I said, I'm a pleb here. I don't know all these little technical details, but I mean, there's all this like AI stuff and stuff that you can do within cloud gaming that's pretty much on a different level that you can't really do on these other, like, you know, PCs and these consoles. So I fully expect a game like that at some point, but we're talking many years. We're talking 5, you know, possibly 5 years for a type of game like that. In my opinion, I could be completely wrong though. Who knows? I would implore them and beg and hope that they're not making some sort of indie type looking game though, just for the sake of getting a game out quicker. I hope they're not going down that route. I don't, you know, like something like a Guilt. Guilt was awesome. Guilt is an awesome game. It's not, obviously it wasn't made from Stadia Games and Entertainment, but I hope it's not something along those lines, you know, so we'll see. Oh man, I can't race. I can't join through the click to play. Yes, the click to play will just launch the game. From there, you have to go to the multiplayer session. What is your Steam record? I don't know what question what that means. Steam record. Thank you again for that $2 gem, much appreciated. No exclusivity deals for content creators to play only on a specific. Oh, I see what you're saying. Is that a thing though, Colin? Have you ever who's got an exclusivity deal to play only like one console or one game? I don't know if I've ever heard of that. Am I wrong? Is that like something that's not a thing? Or I'm surprised it isn't a thing though, if unless it really is, and I just don't know. I don't pay that a close attention to what's kind of happening with that type of stuff. What do you think Uppercut's gonna make? Oh man, I have no idea. No idea. So how should I join, and then what should I do? Okay, so click to play, launch the game, and then you go to multiplayer, go to session, leave the parameters on there, and you should be able to join the race from there. I don't know if you check the description. I don't know if I left the instructions on there, but hopefully you can join that way. But somebody was mentioning earlier about whatchamacallits. Yeah, I'm forgetting the name here. Ubisoft's subscription thing. Uplay Plus. Somebody was talking about Uplay Plus. It was Alexander. I don't know if he's still in the chat, but the thing with Uplay Plus is I don't think that it's going to be like the normal Uplay Plus that you currently see, where you have access to all these games and you can download like these 100 games here. I don't think it's going to be like that on Stadia. I think when Uplay Plus does launch, you're really going to get kind of the library that we currently have right now, which is going to be ironic because if I had to guess, a lot of people already own a lot of the games on here, at least the hardcore Stadians. So I think you're going to see just a mix of titles like Just Dance and the current lineup of titles that we have now. It'd be cool to see if it comes out, Uplay Plus has like the newest titles, maybe like at Watch Dogs Legion after like a couple months or something, Assassin's Creed Valhalla. I think that's the way Uplay Plus is going to work, and I fully don't expect it to be where you launch all these titles. With that said, I could see some people who, like, not a lot of people, but I could see some people who want Uplay Plus possibly joining Stadia just because how well now it's working with mobile and having that ability to just launch a title and not have it downloaded. Because let me tell you something, the downloads for these games are getting more and more ridiculous. They're getting so ridiculous. You have to delete games left and right. With Stadia, nothing like that is a thing, and you can just launch your game right away. It's actually it's interesting because lately, I don't know if you guys have been seeing this, but there's been people making videos, right? I forget his name right now. There's a tech guy who recently made a video, and really the whole video, he's like, oh, Stadia's cool, you can just launch it, you can do all this other stuff. He's a big tech guy. He just kind of stands in front of his camera. It doesn't seem like he's got much of a script. I forget his name. And he's talking about Stadia, but he like mentions all these negatives and then doesn't bring up these types of positives, things like along those lines where you can just launch a game, you don't have to worry about download space. I remember he never mentioned anything like that, and I think it's a pretty big deal, because I know for a fact here in the United States, this is the problem that I've been having for quite a while. Here we have data caps, and I know we don't have data, there's not data caps in other parts of the world, but the thing is that here, at least in the US, with data caps, when you download these games, they take up so much space. I had a point at some point in 2019 where I went almost 4 months in a row hitting my data caps because my little brother, who I didn't know was doing this, was deleting games off the Xbox Game Pass. He was re-downloading new ones, and it's because the hard drive was so like low on it, and so I ended up hitting my data caps. Now, I know this isn't a problem in other countries, but at the same time, you know, launching a title, downloading a game, all of that still takes time. And there's like these little things that they don't mention, which is a little frustrating. And these videos always tend to be, when they cover Stadia, at least lately, there's always like, oh, it works so well, it's great. And then there's like a backhanded like slap somewhere where it's like they got to get in there, like, but it's, you know, it's almost like they follow the trend because they know Stadia has such a negative perception. It's like they don't want to praise something. I could be wrong, but I kind of get those vibes. And I'm not saying that as somebody who is like some blind Stadia lover or anything. I've been critical of the platform. You guys have heard it from me. I've been critical, and I'm always going to be critical. I love Stadia, and it's got its faults, but it feels disingenuous. And I don't know if you guys feel the same way I do, but that's how I feel. By the way, guys, hop in here, come play with us. If you guys want to play a little grid here. Well, what are we at? We're at 34 people. We're almost at 40. Yo, we got a couple people here. What's up? By the way, guys, if you guys wanted to, I try to read all your guys' message. Feel free to comment here in the chat. Hey, Sunny, great content as usual. Sorry I'm not able to participate. Becky says hello and hope everyone is doing well. Chuck, I hope you're doing well. Hope the family's doing well. Say hi to Becky. And I'm glad to see you here, man. Good to see you. Even if you're just popping in and saying hi, man. I hope you're good, brother. Hope everything is working well. Life is going good. Work, everything. So good to see you. And definitely say hi to Becky. I miss seeing her around here. For sure. My excitement for Assassin's Creed Valhalla is unparalleled. That's awesome, Colin. That's awesome. Ron says do a Just Dance stream. So I am going to do a Just Dance stream next year. I know that doesn't sound, that sounds a little far away, but next year I'm going to be doing some Just Dance streams. I'm going to be doing some charity streams, and I'm really excited for that. As you guys know, I've shared this several times before. Oh my goodness. What the heck? I've shared this several times before. In 2016, I was diagnosed with cancer. I'm in remission, still technically in remission. I think I'm about a year away now, where I'm quote unquote no longer in remission. Knock on wood. But I would love to do a charity stream for that. I've also been working with kids with autism for a decade now. So those are two streams that I want to do, like a charity stream. I've always wanted to somehow give back. So you'll see some Just Dance streams. You guys will see me look like a complete and utter idiot dancing. I'm a terrible dancer, by the way. I'm one of the worst dancers I know, and I think it'd be good entertainment to see me flop around like a fish, moving in ways that I don't know how to move. Just Dance is a tough game, and I own the game too on Stadia, and it's pretty good. It's pretty good. I like it. I think it's a little generous though. Like, I don't copy anywhere near or mimic the moves anywhere near on Just Dance the way that the TV shows, and I still like get good scores, which I'm just always blown away. I think the key for Stadia is the exclusive title. They make himself big AAA title needs Stadia. Yes, and I mentioned that in my video, Alexander. You're completely right, and I'm glad I was able to answer your question earlier. I completely agree. An exclusive title, I think, is the very biggest thing that Stadia is going to have to do to really make itself mainstream and put itself up there with the likes of, you know, the PlayStations, the Xboxes. I mean, games are always what speaks to the volume of what you can do. I mean, look at Nintendo is a great example. Nintendo, I mean, think about this, guys. Nintendo Switch is just, it's such a piece of junk in terms of the like what it can run, the hardware. It's terrible, but guess what? It's like they can't keep that crap in stock right now, and I know part of that is because of the current climate, but I mean, it's sold so many systems, and it's not because it can run the very best. It's because it's just, the games are great, the portability is great. Stadia has all that stuff. All the stuff Nintendo Switch has, and even better in terms of hardware, but the problem is that it just doesn't have the games yet. So the games are the number one thing that Stadia needs, and for it to get, in my opinion, to really be big, hit that platform, that status of being a main platform, I think it's going to need that big exclusive title that everybody's got to go, dang, we got to hop on here, we got to play this. And that's the thing, guys. When you get, and I don't think I mentioned this in my video, when you get people on the platform, even if it's just on another game, for instance, a good example of what the heck I'm talking about is Epic. Epic has their, you know, their crappy battle royale Fortnite. No offense to anybody that loves Fortnite. I don't like it. But, you know, like, they're sitting there and they're giving away games free on their little launcher, and they're getting people on Fortnite. They're getting people on the launcher because of Fortnite. So then it just easily translates to buying games, and that's what I want to see essentially with Stadia, and I think that's what's going to happen. I feel pretty confident. Maybe I shouldn't, because it's not like I have some sort of indicator, but I just feel like they're too smart up there. They know what they're doing, and that's why a part of me doesn't worry that much. All right, let me keep going. Let me keep reading. I'm probably falling behind again on the chat, so I apologize. With data caps, the choice is up front: download with traditional or download as you play. Exactly. Linus Tech Tips kind of ruined the cloud gaming review. You know, I wasn't talking about him, but I hear what you're saying. I think I know what you're talking about. He tends to be a little bit like, yeah, this stuff isn't ready yet. But I know what you're talking about. Do you think Amazon's Project Temple is competitive to Stadia? So Patrick, that's a good question. I don't think, at the moment, I don't have a lot of confidence with Amazon. Their games are flopping a little bit, but we really shouldn't judge them based on those games. I think what Amazon, the key is to find out exactly what are they accomplishing with their cloud service. Are they going to use it as more of a springboard for their current games that they're developing? Are they going to use it as a launcher type thing, like essentially like a Stadia? Are they going to have their own games? Are third party developers, publishers, are they all going to hop on there? They're going to have indie titles. Like, what's their business model? That's the key question at that point. And at the moment, I feel like with the way things work over there, we have no clue. I feel like they're not going that Stadia route. I feel like it might be more of a cloud service to possibly make their actual first party titles more worldwide. I feel like that's kind of that's what my guess is. I have nothing on that guess. It's completely my guess, but that's what I feel like they're doing, but I could be wrong. I don't think they're going the Stadia route, but if they are going that Stadia route where it's like they're going to have third party publishers, developers are going to have these big games on there, they're going to have indie games. If they're going that route, then they probably looked at how Stadia launched and they probably are sitting tight on everything. They're being tight-lipped on everything, and they're just going to make sure they launch it. That's what I'm guessing is what they're probably doing if they are going that route, and they're just making sure they're going to have all their ducks in a row, because that was the issue with Stadia when it launched. They didn't have all their ducks in a row. They were missing too much, and it came out with a price tag, a pretty hefty price tag for a cloud service, and then they didn't have all the features, and it just was a bit of a disaster. Now, it's too bad that Stadia didn't launch like this summer with everything that's on here now. Stadia's kind of digging themselves out of a hole right now, and I think they will dig themselves out of the hole, but we're all impatient. We want to see this platform take off. We want to see it succeed. I'm with you guys, and I think it will, but I think because of the hole they dug, we kind of have to be even more patient. All right, let me go ahead real quick. Let me choose 3 maps. We're just starting to fill this up, guys. Good stuff. Good to see you guys hopping in here and playing with these. Let me go ahead and real quick. I'm just changing the maps to whatever. I have no idea what I'm changing them to. We're going to go ahead and choose that. All right, there we go. We're going to go ahead and launch it, and let's go. All right, let me keep trying to read what you guys are saying. The last video from Gamers Nexus, that's the one. That's the guy. Gamers Nexus, that was the guy talking about negative latency. There it is. That's the guy. That's the guy. Thank you for that. That's the guy. That's the guy I was talking about. His video was a little backhanded, in my opinion. It was kind of like a pooping on Stadia, in my opinion. I watched the entire video. He brought up valid points about certain things. Other things, I was just kind of rolling my eyes a little bit. Whatever. It's like the problem with these guys is that they're going in with a mindset already. It's not a unbiased mindset, in my opinion. Just the way that they're talking. Just the way that they're talking about Stadia. It's not an unbiased mindset. You can tell from the get-go that they already have a preconceived notion and that it's negative, that it's a negative preconceived notion. So you're not going to get like a fair assessment, in my opinion. It's not going to be fair. And I've noticed that from people who review Stadia. And that's why for me, and I'm sure somebody's just going to claim that I'm some like Stadia like fanboy. I mean, I've been already called a shill a few times on this channel, but it couldn't be further from the truth. I'm anything but a shill, but it's the truth. They have preconceived notions. They already have it in their mind. This probably isn't going to work. So if it ends up working, then I'll just be shocked. It was like there was something he said in his video that I just like literally was just like, this dude is a joke. I can't remember what it was now. But the whole negative latency, once again, that was ridiculous too. That was ridiculous as well. Imagine F1 with crowd choice where the viewers can pick what car you use. That would be pretty sweet. I'd love that. And I hope we see stuff like that. We're going to see it with crowd choice, and because crowd choice, you guys will be able to pick what like killers, or if I'm like what's the game called? Drawing a blank again. Draw a lot of blanks. What's that? Dead by Daylight. You'll be able to pick if I'm the killer, if I'm the survivor. You'll be able to pick exactly what killer I play too, which is insane. So that's going to be a lot of fun. And something like that is going to be put in Dancing Panda, but it's up to the developers too to actually implement these specific features. Do you think Apex will come to Stadia in October when it comes crossplay? So that's kind of like a rumor maybe that it could launch. Stadia could launch right alongside it, Fabio. My guess is possibly not. I would keep my expectations low. I feel like Apex Legends is going to come. It's just a matter of time here. But I mean, that's as good a guess as anybody, Fabio. What you just said right there, it coming out in October, that's probably is like, if it doesn't come right then and there, then who knows if it will come. But yeah, I mean, it's possible. Do you got any inside info on Phil Harrison? He has not posted anything about Stadia on Twitter since April. Not that big of a deal by itself. It seems strange. I've noted that he has not posted anything about Stadia in a while. I don't have any inside info, and I don't think anybody does in terms of specifically Phil Harrison himself. I've been checking him out a little more lately, kind of just checking out his background. It is kind of interesting how he's kind of gone missing a little bit. I have really no comment about it other than to say it's a little strange, and I hope we continue to at some point hear from him, because he's the leader, man. He's the guy. Wolf Gamer, what's up, man? How's it going? Welcome to the channel. I started this place in last place. I let everyone laugh at me. I still came in 20th. What's up, Wolf Gamer? I'm subbing. You are amazing, dude. I watch your recent streams. Good stuff, man. Appreciate that, Wolf. Thank you for subscribing, sir. Jem says work came up just now. Thanks for the games. Have a nice day. Jem, thank you, man, for hanging out with me today. Appreciate the donations. Thank you for all the stuff you do. Thank you for all the stuff you do for the community as well. Check out Jem Stadia. He streams. He does first looks as well. Very cool dude. Definitely encourage you guys to check out my dude Jem Stadia. He's an awesome guy, and appreciate everything he does. The Gamers Nexus video was peculiar because they had Doom 2016, which does not yet exist on Stadia. You know, I didn't even notice that. That is kind of interesting. What game should be on Stadia? Paul, I have a simple answer for that one. Every game should be on Stadia. There's no, even Fortnite, as much as I hate it, should be on Stadia. Every game. There's no games that we should not have on Stadia. I want to see everything on here. In terms of absolute must-haves, I'd love to see some Call of Duty Warzone, the Call of Duty franchise. I'd like to see the Battlefield franchise as well. I'd like to see those types of games. I don't know. I'd like to see some more MMORPGs. I actually think that's something no one mentions. I'd like to see more Elder Scrolls types of games. Can you imagine World of Warcraft on here? I think that'd be cool. I know they've never been on a console, but that would make me happy personally on a personal level. I'd like to see like Overwatch. I'd like to see more of them Activision games on here. But that's just my thing. I was honestly not getting my hopes up for Baldur's Gate 3 coming August, but still bummed. By the way, D's Master, that is my brother. I was so disappointed in not hearing that got pushed, that it is going to get pushed to September. Baldur's Gate 3 is a game that I've been wanting so bad to play, even though it's coming in early access, and it is such a huge bummer that we're not going to see it. And that really made August's lineup of games kind of sad. We were finally starting to get some awesome titles to get really excited for. Let me tell you something, guys. I want to tell you this, just so you guys understand. I'm a content creator, so I try to pay attention to trends right now, and Stadia is not trending upwards at the moment. It's kind of like on a parallel line right now. A lot of Stadians who are already on the platform are a little like, they're kind of disappearing a little bit, and part of that is because we just haven't had a cool lineup of games lately. Baldur's Gate 3 was going to be one of those titles that finally kind of brought us into the fold of the second half of the year, because Serious Sam is all right. It's a good game. It's looking like it's going to be a good game. It's looking like it's going to be fun, but it's not that title. Baldur's Gate was going to be that title, because we don't, and on top of that, we don't have RPGs like that. I was so disappointed. So now we are so stacked come September, come October. It's ridiculous. We have so many games coming out. We're going to be overloaded. But I was really hoping to see Baldur's Gate right now, because we don't really have that much in August. We don't have much right now. We had Baldur's Gate, Serious Sam, and we have PGA Tour. The thing with PGA Tour is really niche. It's a really niche title. It's going to be a fun one for those who like golf, who like a sports game, who want something kind of high quality, but it's so niche. It doesn't fill that void. Man, oh man, we got too many games. Our wallets are going to suffer here really soon. But man, I agree with you, D's. What a bummer. He was saying the negative latency had to do with something Stadia updated on the controller. Yes, there was some misconceptions about this negative latency that Stadia themselves ended up, and I don't have all the information. That's why I don't want to say it, because I have to pull it up. But they had made a statement on it afterwards, and it's literally been like 7 months. Yo, what's up, James King? What's up, man? Nice stream, Sonny. Enjoyed a quick race. That's awesome, James. And thank you for coming on here, man, and hanging out with us. Am I the only one that thinks Stadia doesn't need games like Fortnite and other crap? Listen, it's not that it doesn't need it. It's just that it doesn't hurt Stadia to have those games. That's my mindset. I mean, Stadia doesn't technically need any specific game that's already out there, but it just doesn't hurt the platform to have it. So I'm never going to advocate for something not to not be on the platform, you know? I've been in the camp that I don't think that Fortnite will make that much. Oh my God. Oh my God. All right, that is the most intense crash I have ever seen ever in the 6 months that we have been playing Grid. That was freaking hilarious. I can't wait to go back and look at that one and clip it. Oh man, Red Fox, I'm not even gonna hit you. I'm gonna let you race. Red Fox, I was about to hit you from behind. Oh man. So anyways, I lost my train of thought. What do you think when is first Stadia? What do you think? When is the first exclusive ready for Stadia from Stadia? Alexander, my guess is next year. We're gonna see the first exclusive, like true exclusive from Stadia Games and Entertainment. The one coming out from Outcasters is not that's another first on Stadia type of title. It's going to be a timed exclusive, so that's not exactly the thing with that one too. Is when they announced it at the Connect, you almost felt like that was a true like Stadia Games and Entertainment title, but it's not. I think next year if they go down the route of what I've been saying, the type of game that they should be launching, my guess is we could see it launch possibly the end of next year, maybe even summer. I feel like that's too generous. More realistically speaking, we probably won't see a title. Realistically speaking, we probably won't see a first-party title until 2022. But I'm kind of putting my eggs in the basket that they'll push forward and they'll have something in 2021. Very earliest summer, probably more realistically, like I said, late in the year. And I expect something glorious, and I think we are going to see something glorious. I have all the faith in what they're going to accomplish with a true first-party exclusive title that will be run on the cloud, will have all the features that need to be there, like Stream Connect and all these other things. And they'll probably have YouTube integrated features like the crowd play. And I know you guys are probably like, well, I don't really care about that stuff. But it helps with getting certain people on the platform in terms of streaming it and pushing the games forward. I think you're going to see something that's going to really combine all the ingredients to what makes Stadia such an awesome platform. And you're going to see it push on new levels that you can't see with other systems. And I think we'll see that. People have brought up, I think it was last week, people really brought up some really good examples of games that Stadia could make. And they were really excellent ideas that I didn't think of. Not that I'm all that smart and I could think of so many, but there were some really good ideas that I liked. So hopefully Stadia's taking notes. I'm sure whatever they're working on, they're already working on it, but we'll see. The cool thing is when I found that interview the other day, it looks like they've already been thinking about games like Battle Royales and stuff like that. So that's already something in their mind. So it'll be curious to see what they actually launch. Not hearing from Phil has to do with COVID. Google. Yeah, you might be right. Gamers Nexus can have their own opinions, but not their facts. It's a fact that Google talked about negative latency as something that would come in 1 or 2 years, not something that is ready now. Exactly. Google needs to promote Stadia with their Pixel line or phones. I'm guessing they will. Or maybe team up with LG. I'd love for them to team up with LG. Because that's what I have. I have all the old LG phones. Even though I hate LG. And every year I'm saying I'm going to replace them. But they always have such good value. And I need to stop going for the good value and just go for like the cool stuff. Google needs to promote Stadia. Oh, I already read that one. Stadia cannot port games fast. But Google will learn and they can do it faster. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. We need crowd play with big multiplayer titles. I'd love to see that Stadia go. I'd love to see that. I made it to San Diego from Los Angeles. Later, Sonny. Keep doing what you're doing. Thank you, brother. Thank you, Ron. Have a good one. Be safe. I've never been to San Diego, so I am absolutely jelly of you. I think I've driven from Los Angeles to San Francisco before. Granted, I didn't do any of the driving. Those were fun times. I love that drive, by the way. If Stadia got Warzone, it would benefit both Stadia and Warzone so greatly. I know, and it baffles me that they aren't pushing for it. So that's the thing, Colin. Good point. Good thing to bring up. With Stadia right now, it looks like Sekiro, and I'm probably saying the name wrong. Sekiro is an Activision title. I could be wrong. Oh my goodness. Am I just done or what? I was going to say, Sekiro being an Activision title, I'm wondering if their Activision is hoping that, that Stadia sells a good amount of Sekiro titles. here on Stadia. Like I'm wondering if they're in a wait and see approach. Let's see how many copies of this we sell on Stadia and see if we continue with the platform. And I'm a little worried that they're going to go off that, because Sekiro is launching on the same day as Watch Dogs Legion on October 29th on Stadia. And I'm just like, no, like that's so bad. So I'm hoping that we're going to continue to see Activision on Stadia. It's a good sign to see Sekiro, by the way. Thank you for this subscription, Enrique. Much appreciated. It's a good sign to see it on Stadia. To see them on Stadia with Sekiro, if that is truly them publishing it. But man, oh man, if they go off of that, off those sales, I'm worried that we won't see stuff like Call of Duty on there. And that's the thing, man. A game like that would be an absolute. It's got to be right up there with Cyberpunk, one of the top titles that I think Stadia does or should have. I just said earlier, technically Stadia doesn't need anything, but if there was some titles where I think they absolutely should, at their utmost try hardness to get some titles, it has to be, in my opinion, Call of Duty Warzone or Cyberpunk, which we are getting. So those would be like my top two for sure. So Cyberpunk is coming. Unfortunately, it's coming delayed. But that's the thing too. I keep saying this. If they're coming out with their own, maybe we don't know their mindset. What if they're coming out with their own battle royale, and maybe that's why we're not really seeing all these other titles on there. But that doesn't matter. I think a game like Call of Duty Warzone with the absolute ridiculous, what is it, like up to 200 gigs now? The other day they said it was like 50 gigs to get that game downloaded on Stadia, to download the update. And I'm just like, wow, this is the perfect game to be on Stadia. It really is. And not just that, because of its popularity as well. Would be so great to just get Warzone or any other game over 200 GB, saving that kind of disk space. Exactly, D's. You called it. Exactly. What's up, Zeku? What's up, man? I don't know. Ziaku? Hey, what's up, man? How's it going? I don't know if I'm saying your name correctly or not, but either way, welcome to the channel. Stadia needs Warzone, Fortnite, etc. to get them some mass players, and then release some 1,000 players online game, and all other platforms are done. Yeah, man. I'm telling you, man, the more the merrier. Fortnite, Warzone, doesn't matter. I want to see them all. I honestly feel that Stadia is a perfect battle royale type of platform, because it's quick pick up and play. It's quick launch. Everything about Stadia, the way it works, it launches so well. And imagine if you can get these battle royales. Imagine if you can get these battle royales with Stream Connect. I could see people coming onto the platform just so they can play with their friends and take advantage of Stream Connect. That's the thing when you play with battle royales and you play in a team, right? Your friend will call out, somebody's dying south, somebody's dying at 300, and it's like, imagine if you could just quickly look at Stream Connect and you can see where the enemy is on your partner's, your friends' streams, on their own little Stream Connects, on their own little videos. So I mean, if they could come up with stuff like that, if they can get some of these battle royales and they can get stuff like Stream Connect, you know, and then have crowd play implemented into them for those YouTubers that stream them, I think that could make some noise for Stadia. These are the little things that they, in my opinion, do need to hopefully are working on getting some of these titles on here and having these implemented features. Throw them a bag of cash if that's what it takes to get some of this stuff implemented, because I think the little stuff like that is going to eventually add up and get, like I said, Stadia more and more popular with stuff like that. Along with a battle royale game, they could open up a world MMO driving game like Forza. You know, I thought about that one, and I actually think that would be a pretty good one, Charlie. Having a game where you can have a ton of people racing and something like, you know, like a grander scale of Grid, I think could be a pretty cool title to have on Stadia. Once again, though, I don't know if that's the #1 titles they should be working on. I don't know if, like, personally, I would love to see... see, when I talk about these things, I talk about it in a sense of what can make Stadia grow, what can make Stadia blow up, what can make Stadia more mainstream. My personal desires are completely different from those thoughts. If my dream myself would be like a game, like an MMORPG on a grand scale, where we're just like, there's like 100 of us, 200 of us trying to take down some evil dragon or something insane. Like that would be, or like a Grand Theft Auto type game where there's thousands and thousands of people in like a big city doing all sorts of shenanigans. Like that would be kind of like where I would lean towards to personally for a game that I would love to see, or like a really big adventure, like somebody was saying earlier, a God of War type game. That's really the right there, a big single player game with like just like the AI just being completely lifelike and real, the ability to like go into maybe in this own single player game, the ability to go into like a big battle full of thousands and thousands of people on your screen. Think of like, and I said this in the video, think of like a Lord of the Rings, like those scenes where they're charging the castle and there's just like hordes and hordes of dudes and you're just running through on your horse, knocking, like killing people, you know? Like that's the stuff that I would love to see. But the reason that I bring up the examples I do is I think of it more like what can make Stadia blow up. Now those games would, I think, make a big mark with Stadia and first party titles. But the thing is, how big are those games? How long do they take to develop? And that I put that as a factor in part of it. You know, you want to develop, you want to have a game where you develop it at least relatively fast. You don't want to take 10 years to make an amazing game. Like, what is that, Star Citizen? Star Citizen is like what a lot of people have dreamed of, right? But Star Citizen has been in development for what, is it going on 20 years now? I don't know. I don't know where they're at with Star Citizen. But that's kind of what I mean. So you don't want to take forever. You got to find a good balance by high quality, but still get the game out in at least a timely manner. Oh man. Little 123 says CGX podcast after this. So the podcast is going to happen. I am not going to be part of it today, so I'm going to take a little bit of a break. But they will be on there, and those guys will be doing their thing on the CGX podcast today. So check them out. Don't forget the Warzone cheaters. Can't cheat on Stadia. Exactly. Yo, D's coming in with another 10, brother. Thank you for all these donos, my friend. Thank you. Got to go. I really appreciate the daily content, Sonny. Absolutely, D's. And I thank you for enjoying the content. I make videos every day, man. I don't know if you guys enjoy it, so thank you for that. That tells me you guys do. It means I might be doing something right. Thank you for that $10. Take care, brother, and have a good one. Have a good day, and thank you for hanging out with me, man. You're right, by the way, Collins. You said something about cheaters, and I couldn't agree with you more. Once again, cloud gaming eliminates that. You can cheat, and I've said this before. You can cheat on consoles. You can cheat on consoles. Thank you again, D's. Thank you again. Appreciate it. Borderlands 3 is free to play on Stadia right now until August 10th. That's right, Polish Prince. Thank you for that. It's a good point. I didn't bring it up today. Have you guys been enjoying Borderlands? Let me know in the chat. How's Borderlands been going for you? I'm hoping to set up some multiplayer games. I think I'm going to actually do that today. We're going to set up some games. If you guys haven't joined our Discord, please do. I'm gonna ask for some invites. I'm gonna get some of you guys involved. We're gonna play. I've been wanting to play all weekend, haven't had a chance, but today's that day. I'm gonna go ahead and play. Today I'm taking a more relaxed approach after this stream. I'm gonna work a little bit on some videos for tomorrow. Sorry, man, I just threw you into the wall. and yeah, little. I won't be on the podcast today, so I apologize if you were hoping to see me there. The Brotherhood of Stadia. I want Brawlhalla so I can play without GeForce Now. Hey, man, I hear you on that. With Stadia Pro, that is, yes, that's right. Stadia Test Drive Unlimited would be awesome. Yeah, there'd be some cool racing games I'd like to see, maybe transformed into like a Stadia type version. Absolutely. The Bomberman will be a first battle royale on Stadia. Stadia needs a great game like Warzone, Fortnite, but I'm not to believe that free to play games come to Stadia. Alexander, that's a really good point that you brought up. The Bomberman being the first battle royale, I mean, I guess technically, I guess you're right. Technically, it is. Yeah, it's gonna be the first battle royale. So there's the rumblings that it might be free to play. And I agree, Stadia does need one of those good games. But the free to play games that come to Stadia, I don't know how they're gonna handle free to play games, but it looks like it's possible. They are looking to have some titles. We'll see what happens with Bomberman. That might be a good indication. If Bomberman comes out completely free to play, people can just hop on Stadia and just play it without even being a pro member. I think that's going to be pretty significant, not because of the game Bomberman, because I don't feel like Bomberman will make people outside of Stadia come to play Stadia to play Bomberman. I don't think that's going to happen. But if it comes out free to play, to me, that's going to be huge news. That is going to be huge news. If they are looking to possibly have titles completely free to play, because that, in my opinion, that is absolutely key. They need to have some titles that will not 100% be on pro. They need to have it to where you can demo games, you can play games for free. Somebody mentioned a really good example, by the way. I love this example. Somebody said this in a Discord. I read it somewhere, or maybe it was on Twitter. Somebody said something like this, and I really like the idea. Imagine if they had click to play. They have the click to play thing in there, but instead of having to quote unquote buy the game to join the streamer, imagine if they just made it to where you just played with that streamer for that a little amount of time and you got to try out Stadia. And I think that would be really cool. And I think that would be really key to really like make it to where you can try Stadia, you can get a feel for the community. We have an amazing community, and I think it would bring the best of all worlds. And I think they need to continue to implement sort of things like that are completely free to hop on. I don't think everything should be tied to pro in terms of having to pay $10 to be on the pro membership to try out games. I think they need to have something separate. There's just so many misconceptions about Stadia, and I love that idea. Little ideas like that are amazing. Having demos, but think about it. If you have demos on Stadia, nobody is still gonna hop on Stadia to demo the game. Like, you need to have a good reason to be on the platform, and maybe being with a YouTuber, one of your favorite streamers, and doing a click to play to try the game out is like a demo in itself, and you can actually join that person and play with them. And I think that'd be a great idea. Oh, here we go. Before big online game, Stadia needs to have much more players, and way to get them is Fortnite. Yeah, like I keep saying, man, I'm not against Fortnite or anything. I do wonder, like I keep saying, Fortnite's on every device already. It's already on Android. Now, people have kind of told me, well, you can play Fortnite at a higher quality playing on Stadia, but the thing is, cloud gaming still has the negative connotation that it has all this input latency. And so that might not still be enough for Fortnite players to come and play on Stadia, if that makes any sense. So I feel like Fortnite, like I said, I want to see it on the platform, just not sure if it's that title. I think Call of Duty Warzone makes 30 times more sense. Dang, I wish you were going to be on the podcast, but I'll still watch it. Yeah, I'm not going to be on it today, possibly next week, but they're still going to have the podcast in an hour on Cloud Gaming Stream if you guys want to check that out. You guys are talking about PUBG. Yeah, PUBG is not free to play. Is not free to play game. You got to have Stadia Pro, and then on other platforms. Now, if you want to play PUBG at the cheapest, being on Stadia is the way to do it, because I think the game is still like $30, right? Am I wrong? It's still kind of an expensive title. They mean free to play for pro. I know Canoli's made it sound like free to play for all, but it means pro. Yes, exactly. Can you switch to the other F1 cars next? No, it's too much of a hassle for me to switch. What's up, Ace? How's it going, man? The Guinness says, yes, like 5 minutes free time. Anyone like that? Stadia needs free to play on Stadia free mode. Yes, that's what I'm saying. There needs to be some form of completely free to play Stadia. There's got to be something that lets you play Stadia, but also entices you to want to play it, and completely free. And I think, you know what would make some noise too, is having a big game free to play. A lot of people have mentioned, imagine having Cyberpunk free to play on Stadia. I think they need some, they're going to have to throw a lot of money at some point right now. Here's the thing. My thing is, and I'm going to keep saying it, I think Stadia is going to blow up one day when they make those first party titles that I talked about. And it's going to take time for that. But in the meantime, if they're looking to get people on the platform, there's little ways like that. But we don't know what their mindset is. And I honestly kind of feel that they're not too worried about, oh my God. They're not too worried about getting a ton of people yet on the platform. Oh, at least from what I've seen, the actions that they take. Besides Battle Royale, what other types of people had brought up that would be unique to Stadia? You mean games? So, I mean, it's just a matter of imagining games on a grander scale, Jacob. In terms of first-party titles, you just have to imagine, like I said, like a Lord of the Rings type of game. That's not a Battle Royale, but you can maybe set up, 500 players versus 500 players in some medieval fight where one's got to storm the castle. Like I said, we're mostly limited by my imagination. I don't have a big imagination. So that's the type of games that you could potentially see at some point. And that's the thing too. That's another thing that people don't bring up, is that So imagine if Stadia makes this big game, right? Let's continue to keep the example of Battle Royale, right? There's 1,000 players and the game does everything that I've said it does. It has all these cool features. It's fun and it blows up. Imagine this game blowing up and there's a ton of people on Stadia because they're playing this brand new game. And then imagine developers, they see this game and they're like, oh shoot, like look at this game. This game's amazing. Like, wait a second, we can do that on Stadia. We can develop for Stadia. We can make games like that on Stadia. And then imagine like all this talent that they'll get in terms of developers, because they'll imagine things that they've never seen before, that these developers have always dreamed of making a certain type of game. And that imagination has now come true with Stadia. Now here's the thing with what I'm saying. These types of games are going to be made eventually. I just hope that I'm not too old when they do come out. But these types of games will be made eventually. The games like I keep mentioning in my head, maybe there's like a naval game, right? And there's like hundreds and hundreds of ships manned by dozens and dozens of players on each ship, and there's like a big naval battle. Maybe there's like a big war type game where there's dudes on the ground, there's dudes fighting in the air. So essentially Battlefield, right? But Battlefield on a way bigger scale. When these games start to get made and they're being done via cloud gaming, then imagine the developers that are going to want to work on these types of games. I mean, it all has to come to pass. And we all want to see that stuff like right now, because we're all on Stadia right now. We want to see all that action right now. But we have to be patient, because I think it is going to happen. It is going to happen. It's going to take time. It's going to take time, and we got to be patient. What Stadia hold on, let me read some of your stuff. Should do time trial for each game. Yes, I think time trials would be pretty cool. But yeah, I'd be fine with time trials, some sort of time demos for sure. Fortnite isn't going to be the killer app that brings people on Stadia. It's already everywhere. That's kind of my mindset. I always see you in our call. I'm going to call you SKM if you don't mind. SKM. By the way, cool to see you here on the live stream. By the way, you always comment on my videos. I really appreciate that. By the way, guys, if you guys ever want to support the channel and you want to do it in a way that's just easy, best way to support me more than anything, hit those like buttons. Hit those like buttons right now. It's so helpful to me. And then just, hey, if you can comment on a video, cool. If you can't, no worries. Just hit the like button. Commenting helps a lot as well, though. So I really appreciate all those people that comment on my videos, that like my videos. Are super, super helpful when you do that, because it helps YouTube realize, oh, this video is getting a lot of likes. It's getting comments. Let me go ahead and push that video out. Let me show other people this video here that people are interested in. So always appreciate you guys liking and commenting. It's very, very much appreciated. And I appreciate all the support. Yes, Instability. I can't say your name. I'm going to call you Insta. Yes, you can join. Definitely can join. I'm losing my voice, guys. I apologize. I never talk this much. I never talk this much, so I'm losing my voice. Vegas, thanks, Sunny. Fundraising time to watch some hockey. All right, brother. Vegas, let me know how it goes and keep me updated on my Blackhawks. Are they terrible or what? Let me know, Vegas. Appreciate it, brother, and have fun watching hockey. Thank you for coming on, man. Much appreciated. Fortnite. Okay, I already read that. Can you imagine Can you imagine Yong's face if Warzone came to Stadia and Stadia blew up? That would be hilarious, Colin. Can you imagine his face if a big game that I keep talking about, like a huge battle royale game, gets made by Stadia? Then what would he say? He'd have to give it praise. It'd be hilarious. A game like Fall are the way to go. Reconan, what game is Fall? Fall what? Which game is that? You mean Fall Guys? Patience, all these features work. It's on. Exactly, Brewster. When Bomberman comes out for free in Stadia's free mode, we'll see if Google will attract attention or not. See, that's the thing, Alexander. I don't think Bomberman is going to attract much outside attention, but it's a step in the right direction to have some games that are completely free to play. Now, my question would be is, if Bomberman is free, how are they monetizing that game? There's got to be some way to monetize it there's no way it's completely free to play. That just wouldn't make sense. Not that I'm going to complain. But I'd be curious to see what their model is to monetize it. But I don't think Bomberman is going to be a game that makes people try Stadia, unfortunately. I could be wrong, and I want to be wrong. I'm typically not wrong about these things, but I want to be wrong. So I don't know. We'll see. Like I said, I could be wrong. That's all I can say. I could be wrong. I just don't think even that tight. And we need some big games to be kind of free to play. Like, I don't know, anything big, any new game that comes out maybe or something. We need some big titles, but we'll see. I'm gonna call you Insta. I can't wait for more games to enter Stadia like Warzone. I can't believe there aren't more games like Fortnite and Warzone on Stadia right now. Stadia should be paying to get these games. Completely agree, man. We especially need to see Warzone, in my opinion, and it could happen. I mean, we have, like I said earlier, about 20 minutes ago, Sekiro is making its way. Activision title. Maybe Activision is looking to see how Sekiro performs on Stadia before they bring something like a Call of Duty Warzone. We'll see. Call of Duty Warzone is one of the more perfect titles for Stadia because of how big of the game is and how the fact that you don't have to download and worry about that with Stadia. So it's perfect, and I couldn't agree with you more on that. Why would developers not want these features in the games they create? That's a great question, Brewster. I have no idea. That's a really good question. I don't know why some games don't have certain things. Like, for instance, a good example, and maybe this could be because they were trying to get it out at launch, but even another good example could be Doom Eternal or Ghost Recon Breakpoint, though, is the game I was thinking of. Why would Division 2 have crossplay, but then Ghost Recon Breakpoint not have crossplay? Now, it could be because of time constraints and when the game launched, because Ghost Recon Breakpoint was one of our first titles. But when a game comes out like F1 2020, and if it doesn't have crossplay anywhere else, then I guess they're just not putting in that. They don't want to put in that work. Maybe it's just not capable. It's not capable of doing it technically. Maybe there's, who knows what the barriers are. And I'm not going to pretend like I have some sort of idea, but it is a bit of a bummer to see, in like the case of Ghost Recon Breakpoint, when Division 2 does have that that thing here where crossplay, and then Ghost Recon Breakpoint doesn't. So it's disappointing. And then it's disappointing not to see that the game doesn't get patched as well. Because a part of what I would say 6 months ago is like, hey, wait a second. Let's see if some of these games get patched. Some of these things like, crossplay and stuff like that. And unfortunately, some of the games don't get patched. Now, some games have been getting patched in the last 6 months that improve upon their visuals. One game that comes to mind, in my opinion, is Red Dead. I feel like they improved it. When Red Dead first launched, it was a little bit of a mess. I remember it looking pretty blurry, pretty bad. And then I feel like now the game just looks great, and I could be completely wrong. Oh my goodness, I'm lost. So I don't know, man. I don't know. It's a good question. Why can't Google pay for AAA games to be ported to Stadia, then just take a share of the sales to make up the cost of AAA developers who won't invest unless the player numbers are there? So that's the thing, Anthony Bennett. We don't know if that's what they're doing. I mean, maybe that's what they're doing now. I mean, I don't think any of us really know the financial details of what it's taking to get some of these platforms on Stadia. This is what I kind of feel is happening. I feel that's right now Stadia is in a point right now where they're just kind of taking details. Right now they're not all in just yet because they're still developing everything. People ask me all the time, why isn't Stadia being marketed more? Granted, some people are going to say it's marketed too much, but I think they're just kind of in a state of still improving upon the platform. I mean, we're still having things like crowd play and crowd choice features that were announced a year ago. They're still not on the platform now. They're still not on the platform now. So I think they're just trying to get all their ducks in a row, and then you'll see a bit more action happen. I think right now they're just trying to fill the library. They're trying to just fill stuff up. And I think they're doing a good job with it in terms of like indie games. I know people hate the indie games, but they're filling up the service. They're filling up the platform. They're doing those types of things. And really, I think we just kind of have to continue to just be patient, because I feel by this time next year, you're going to see a lot more consistency with titles being released day and day with other platforms. It's going to be a lot more consistent, but we have to remember Stadia is still not even 1 year old yet. It's still making its way. It's still moving up the ranks, still doing its thing. It's still building upon its service. It's still building upon the platform itself. We just got to continue to be patient. And like I said, Anthony, we don't really know exactly how they're doing some of this stuff with the financials. My guess is they could be doing exactly what you're saying. Maybe they already are throwing some money. Maybe they're just saying, hey, come develop on Stadia. It's a good time. It's easy. And we have some cool people here, and we have a passionate community, and they're doing their thing. And when we release to more countries, when we have more access to more countries, you're going to see these numbers for these games blow up a lot more. And I think that's what's going to happen. Like I said, we just got to continue to be patient. I think you'll see more consistency. I think a lot of the developers and publishers know the access that Stadia is going to have here in the coming year, the coming couple years. This Stadia is going to be in the hands of, I don't know, like hundreds and hundreds of millions of people. Hundreds and hundreds of millions of people. That's why I'm not worried. There's so many factors that don't have me worried about Stadia's future at all. And that's one of them. And I think, like I said, we have to be patient. Right now, with certain publishers and developers, I think they are also taking a wait and see approach. And I think the ones that are already on the platform see this inevitable future. So right now it's part of like the publishers and the developers are starting, they have to kind of like see where it goes. Some of them have to be convinced. Some of them are already convinced, and it's, I think, the ones that are already here. Good example is Square Enix. They've said nothing but good things. Ubisoft, same here. We're about to get Marvel Avengers. We're about to get Assassin's Creed Valhalla. We're about to get all these games. And I think it's just a matter, like I said, some people need to buy in. I think that's already happened with other certain publishers and developers, and we just kind of have to wait and see how it goes. When a hat in time, Sonic Mania and Genshin Impact for Stadia. I hear you, Alberto. I'll hear you. It's a battle royale for 60 players. Stay until the Juggernaut stream. Is he streaming today? Look on Twitch is one of the most watched games. Ooh, are we talking about Fall Guys? You talking about Fall Guys? Fall Guys would be an awesome game to see on Stadia, but I don't think we're going to see it anytime soon if it does come. I think Google must pay the publisher to port their games on Stadia. Like I said, I don't know. Maybe somebody knows some details. I don't know. Maybe somebody has some inside knowledge. Maybe there's an article somewhere that explains. I know for indie developers, there is a little bit of a monetary, what's the word I'm looking for? Kickback. There is the Stadia makers where indie games, see, all I can talk about is what I do know. And I know with that case, Brewster, nice crash into the wall, brother. I know that they help, they give incentives financially to help develop with their development costs. But see, bigger publishers don't probably need that, but it probably doesn't hurt. So I think there is something along those lines. I just don't want to speak about something and not have the full, like, true knowledge of it. But I know for a fact, like Stadia makers, which I know is indie games, they can get a financial kickback to help them develop a game and bring it over to Stadia. And that is why you see so many indie games on here, which, by the way, I'm starting to get, I think my level for patience for people that can continue to complain about indie games is starting to get a little worse and worse. It's like, guys, I get it. It's not a AAA title, but can we not complain that an indie game's coming? I mean, should Stadia just not release games at all unless it's a AAA title to make you guys happy, the ones that complain about indie games? It's a serious question for people who don't like indie games. Should they just not release indie games because it annoys you that an indie game got released? I don't want to be on a soapbox and complain. You guys know I don't usually trend towards like a negative conversation like this, but I'm getting a little bored with people complaining about indie games. And we got some good ones coming, man. We got Spiritfarer. We have the one at the end of the month. It's the name is escaping me at this very moment. Don't hate on indie games, guys. There's those are people with livelihoods. Let's give them some love if they post their game on. If Stadia retweets it, let's give them a little love, man. Indie gamers, indie developers are people too. On my little soapbox there. I apologize. Oh man, I'm really behind in the chat. Sorry guys. Money Google. Exactly. Outcasters is also a battle royale with a closing battleground. Yeah, it's got that arena type. Outcasters got that arena type look to it. And I'm actually kind of excited to give it a shot. I actually think Outcasters is going to be a ton of fun. I'm guessing it's going to have crowd play, and I'm excited to give it a shot. And I can't wait to play it. I think it's going to be a good one. Like I said, that game fell victim to being announced at the absolute worst time that it could have been announced. in the position that it get announced, but I think it's going to be a fun one, and I think a lot of us are going to enjoy it. I really do. I think Outcasters is a game we're going to enjoy. Accessories like Microsoft, it's ahead like the Spaniards, British. We are the man of the king is Google. Alberto, I don't know what you're saying, bro, but it looks like it's a call to war. I like it. I like what you're saying, Alberto Madonna. Hi, Sunny. Thing is, Google has enough money to blow every other platform away, but it will take time and it needs a much bigger player base. Yes, Colin. Absolutely agree. Absolutely agree. And that bigger player base, I think, is going to be coming when this launches to more countries. I really do. Maybe I'm putting my eggs naively into that basket, but I think that it's going to reach so many people. So many people are going to want to play a game like Cyberpunk, and they're going to have access to it mobile, and they're going to have it in places in other countries where, you know, mobile gaming is the only way they can do mobile gaming, because it's the only way they can afford it. And I think we have to put a little bit of stock into that. And that's why, once again, like, there's so many reasons, guys. I keep saying it. There's so many reasons why I'm not worried about Stadia's success. I think it's going to be successful. It's why it's the platform that I cover the most, because I think it has the best chance at being the most successful. And I have no doubts about that. And there's just too many moving parts to the Stadia formula that get me excited. But hey, I'm not trying to convince you guys. You guys are probably already convinced if you're watching this. By the way, I am open to talking other cloud gaming services if you guys want to talk about it. How do I join you on F1? I can't find a session. So I'm playing Grid, Dancing Panda. I'm not playing F1. You can join me on Grid, not F1 20. I'm not playing F1 2020. I think Google opens up a new target groups, fathers, mothers with children. Yep, that's a good point. And they need to have commercials exactly like that. Insta, how can I join? So hop on Grid if you're a pro member. And thank you, Spaghetti, for linking that. That is so helpful to me. If you guys, anybody can do this. If somebody asks how to join, go ahead and copy and paste that for me. It's really helpful. I don't think I have any mods today. My mods have all disappeared today. I remember before Christmas when the first Stadia commercials came out, and I had no idea what I was doing. I think it was ever using, but I guess this is what I'm using now. Yeah, I hear you. The commercials were so like not clear as to what was happening. Some guy floating in the air with his hippie look was not going to be it. All right, guys, that's going to be it for me on Grid. This has been a lot of fun. I'm not leaving just yet, guys. I'm going to just transition the scene here. But I am done with Grid for now. I'm going to transition this to talking with you guys. I appreciate all the Grid players that came on and hang out with me today. Let me go ahead and move it right here. That was a lot of fun. Let me go ahead and try to catch up to the chat finally. Let me put on some music. So the last 20 minutes, just going to talk with you guys and hang out here. You guys feel free to ask me anything you want to ask. Let's talk about anything. If you guys have personal questions you want to ask me, I will answer. Not completely personal questions, but you know what I mean. Anything you want to ask, feel free. Let me keep going through the chat. Let me change this terrible song. There we go. What I notice is that every other week and months, there's games coming to Stadia. Absolutely, brother. I agree. There's always games coming, man. Remember, Stadia was just announced in March of 2019. A lot of games were already in development. So the fact that we were getting games like Borderlands 3, Cyberpunk Division 2 is amazing to me. Honestly, what's amazing is all the crazy games we're getting in the next 5 months. We're getting so many big titles. That to me is insane. Let me make sure my sound's not too loud. Okay, it's good. Is it me or is it just Juggernaut seem really cool? I don't know the guy. He seems all right. I don't know him. Is he cool? I'll take your word for it. It's crazy how developers love Stadia, but players don't. Don't worry about that, Colin. Like I said, it's going to take that big game to convince people the power of what a Stadia can do. We just got to give it time. We just got to give it time. We want to see people on board with us right now. I get that. But we just got to keep giving it time. I'm happy to hear that developers love Google's streaming platform. Oh yeah. It shouldn't be surprising because it's tech that's insane. It really is. It's tech that's truly insane. Indie devs should be future AAA. Well, I think that's kind of what they position themselves for sometimes, and some just love making their own games, their own ideas. I have a lot of love for indie developers, a lot. Crowd and play will be that stuff that Microsoft never intimate Google must focus on. Games and accessories. You know, speaking of accessories, I noticed that xCloud is coming out with a bunch of their own accessories for cloud gaming. Stadia needs to get on that ball. They need to counter that. They need to make their own. They need to make their own this. Check this out. They need to make this. We have the Razer. The Razer Kishi, right? The Razer Kishi. I think Stadia needs to make their own Razer Kishi with the latency aspect. The latency. Stop with the clips. And I think they need to put those in stores. So that's my suggestion to Google. If you guys are listening, please get on and make these things right away. You can make better than this. I love the Kishi, but it just doesn't still feel like super high quality. It's just missing like a little bit. And I think you guys could do better, especially if you do it with the connect to Wi-Fi. So please work on this right away, please. Every platform gets indie games, like Celeste is a good one. Yep, I agree. White Angel says, are those actually 40 cars in one race? Today we had about 34, White Angel, so we had 34 people in one race. I think that was the highest we got to today. Doom is on sale everywhere right now, but is Borderlands 3 worth the $30 for the standard edition? Nature Boy, I would say yes. If you've liked the Borderlands franchise in the past, definitely check it out. It's a fun game. I like it a lot. I love it. I love Borderlands 3. I have the Switch as well as indie games. Yep. It's all over the platform. Yeah, there's like an insane amount of indie games now. Many game publishers fall to put Stadia logo trailers on websites, which is disappointing to see, constantly getting missed out. I agree with you, Anthony, and I think the reason that happens is because Stadia might be getting those games, but they're not going to get them on the day of, so they don't put them at the end of the trailers. We need Google to talk with some controller mobile manufacturers and get a Kishi. I just said that, Alberto. I just said that before I read what you wrote. Reconan, thank you for posting that. Unfortunately, I just turned off the grid game. Stadia can be played anywhere. I can only use Xbox on my living room TV. And xCloud can only be used on the phones. So kind of a bummer. It's crazy. I remember when Stadia launched and I was turned off because of the price. But once it went free, I saw it on Twitter and I tried it. Now fast forward and now I have 8 games. Exactly. It's if you're a pro member, you have like 26 or 27 games right now on Stadia. It's nuts. Do you think Amazon will launch a cloud gaming platform anytime soon? They have been working on it for 5 years. I talked about this earlier, Stadia Go. My thoughts are basically this. I don't think I feel like they're not going to do a platform. I think they're more along the lines of making something that might only launch their first party titles and making their first party titles more accessible. I don't know if they're going to go down the route Stadia has, where they're trying to get all these developers and publishers. They're trying to launch their own platform with their own launcher, their own stuff. I don't know if they're doing all that. And they might be even less inclined to do it the way Stadia launched. So we'll see. My guess is no, but I know they are working on something cloud gaming wise. And I guess it's a matter of time as to what it ends up being, if it'll compete and if it'll make any mark. Because by the way, if something like Amazon Cloud Gaming were to launch, it's already behind Stadia. So how would that look? Like they would need to come up with some, like a true Netflix model or something to compete, where it's like you get all the brand newest games without paying in order to compete. We'll see how it goes. But who knows? We'll see. I like the fact that I can play Stadia and other cloud gaming on my phone, and when I can't afford to rebuild my PC is 9 years old now. My phone is 1 year old, so it's the newest device. That's awesome, Timothy. And that's one of the perks of cloud gaming and Stadia, man. That's awesome, Timothy. I love hearing that little story there. I love playing on my Chromebook Flip while I watch TV in the living room. Can't do that with Xbox. I know. It's wonderful. Good stuff, Brewster. I think they should make a game like GTA, but it should be player-driven economy, so we have to make all the cars and guns. Oh my goodness, Glitchy Gamer. That sounds like fun. I would love that. Imagine if the people making the guns have their own businesses and they're selling guns or something, like, you know, like that type of sandbox stuff sounds insanely fun. I would love to see that. Sonny just ordered a Razer Kishi controller for my Pixel 4. Looking forward to it. What's up, Derek Graham? How are you doing, sir? Good to see you, brother. Love to grow my collection of accessories and games for Stadia. I think you're going to like the Kishi. I love the Kishi. It's the only way I play on mobile now. It's fun. I think someone can do better than the Kishi, though. I think Stadia should do better. I think they should release their own Kishi, but we'll see. If xCloud can do it, if Xbox is going to do their own Kishi type of controller, Stadia needs to get on that. They should make... Oh, I already read that one. Oh no, that's a new one. Glitchy says GTA game, but we have to make our own weapons. And oh no, I already read that. Okay, hold on. Let me keep going down. Yeah, Stadia needs more accessories. They need to put the Stadia hardware in stores too instead of just the website. Impulse buy is a real thing. Agreed, SKM. Couldn't agree with you more, brother. Exactly correct. They need to do that. iOS will lose the opportunity to gain more money for not promoting any cloud platform unless they... I agree. There's already quite a few people who have said they're not getting an Apple platform. I'm sorry, an Apple device because of that. So I agree. They're going to lose some money. And I just don't think it's worth it for them. I think they need to get cloud gaming on there. They need to stop being so greedy. Sonny, one advantage would Stadia have if xCloud did TV 4K streaming? What advantage would Stadia have? So for me, Stadia already has the advantage of being able to buy your own games. Mohammed, xCloud is right now, it's literally like a Netflix where it's a library where games are coming in and out. At least that's what's been told to us. So I think with Stadia, you have more ownership of what you can control. Stadia so far, like if xCloud were to come up with 4K, but they're so far away from it that they're at 720p that really their next upgrade is only to 1080p. I think it's going to be a while before xCloud got to 4K streaming, but I think Stadia is just going to be... and the thing with Stadia too is that it runs like... the whole with the Wi-Fi controller and then being able to play. When I play on xCloud, even at its current state, you feel like you're cloud gaming. You don't actually feel like you're not. And that's what my issue with xCloud. I just feel like Stadia just has the better hardware, Mohammed. So in my opinion, that advantage right there is one of the main things, is that's just the hardware. The tech is more superior. But that could change. xCloud can make some big waves. I think they're going to make moves and make their way towards that. I think I'm really behind on the chat. I see you guys are going off. I'm going to try to catch up as fast as I can. They should make a game basically for sure. It's Apple who doesn't want other streaming services on their platform. That's correct, Nature Boy. You need to dive into Red Dead Online, methinks. I got to do that for sure. I'll have to do that on like Twitch, Spaghetti. If you guys haven't followed me on Twitch every Mondays and Wednesdays, which might change, but I do stream on Twitch. I stream Stadia. So if you guys want to watch me over there, check it out. How are you, Sonny? What's up, Gamer Man? How's it going? I hope you're doing well, Gamer Man. It's been a while since I've seen you, sir. I hope you're doing well. Any information about the new Chromecast coming out? No, there's been no information about that. Is it an upgrade for Stadia? We don't know yet, Nature Boy. I haven't heard anything about it yet. As soon as we do, though, I'm going to break that news right away, man, because that's a big one. Because I think it is going to possibly give us a little bit some upgrades for the Chromecast Ultra. So we'll see. All right, Anthony, right enough watching you play and talk about Stadia. Time to play myself. All right, Anthony, take care, man. And I'll see you in the cloud, sir. Absolutely. Absolutely. xCloud games aren't there forever. White Angel, not as far as I know. No. Not that I've heard. We don't know. Sonny, you awesome friend. For sure, Gamer Man. Thank you, man. You're awesome, too. Sonny, do you think Stadia should spend more time telling people you can buy games instead of that you should pay for a subscription? I don't know how to say your name. Mortis, you know what I think Stadia should do? They need to get rid of this misconception. There's a massive misconception that you need to buy Stadia Pro to own Stadia games. That you need to, people think that you need to spend $10 to even have a storefront that lets you purchase Stadia games. People think that. And then people think that you need to buy the controller. And people think that you need a Chromecast Ultra. None of that is true. And I think they need to work on getting rid of that mindset. It's funny because xCloud did a good job, in my opinion, explaining with their latest commercial what xCloud does. And they showed people playing and jumping from device to device, something that Stadia should have done. And the thing is, when Stadia launched, they launched with you needing to pay $100 and then you can access the Stadia store. And so people think that that's still the thing, and they don't realize that Stadia is free, essentially, and that you can pay for a pro membership and you can have 20 plus games free right away. They don't know that. People don't know that stuff. So Stadia needs to do a better job marketing it. They really do. I like to tell people Stadia is not Netflix for games. It's basically renting your console so you always have the best and just buy games like normal. That's a good way to explain it. It's a good way. Well, what's funny though, Timothy, is you could on the back end say, hey, it's not on Netflix for games, but guess what? If you spend $10, you can get pretty close to a huge library of games, like if it was a Netflix almost. So I agree, Timothy. That's a good way to explain it, and it's keeping it real. You're not lying or anything along those lines. The loser of this game right now is Apple users. I know it sucks. Don't you think it'd be a big advantage if we could get Stadia on Android TV? Yes, it'd be a massive advantage for sure. Thank you, Little123, for putting my Twitch link down. Thank you for that, Little. I might have to make you a mod, sir. Appreciate that. Especially since I don't have any mods right now. Little, I'm gonna go ahead and do that because you've been on all my streams lately. Let me mod you, sir. Any idea on when Destroy All Humans will come to Stadia? No, Jacob. And the worst part is I have a copy of Destroy All Humans on PC, and I told the people, hey, can I get a copy for this game? Because I'm going to cover it on Stadia, and I want to know what the game's about before I cover it on Stadia, thinking that it would come any week now, any day now, and we haven't heard about it. So, and it's a game that we've known about for a while, so it's a bit of a bummer not to see Destroy All Humans. By the way, the game looks a lot of fun. My little brother was playing it a ton, and he loved it. So it sucks to not see Destroy All Humans, but hopefully, I think if I had to guess, we'll see it this month at some point, but who knows when. Colin, I'll see you in the cloud for sure. Do Rebellion games, Dead Army, Snipers count as indie? No, but they're not AAA titles either. They're kind of like in that middle. Thank you for following me over there on Twitch. I appreciate that. Obviously, there's the option to have free game. By the way, guys, I'm going to be giving away some games here in the future. I have one game to give away. I have Celeste. We're going to be giving that away here in the coming weeks. I think when Crowd Play launches, we're going to have some titles. If you're a member on this channel, or if you're a Amazon Prime member on Twitch, you are entered in your own giveaways. Everyone else will also be entered in giveaways if you're subbed on the channel. So those giveaways will be happening. I'll also be giving away $10 Google Play cards as well. So stay tuned for all that. We're going to have those giveaways here soon. I got a person that I've been playing with on the PlayStation for almost 10 years to try Stadia a few days ago. She lives in Spain, and she was blown away. She had all those same misconceptions about Stadia, exactly SKM. There's just so many misconceptions. People don't know, and that's how you do it, guys. That's how you turn people into believers. You just have them try Stadia. Now with the fact that Stadia can play on mobile data, if you're able to have a pretty stable gameplay with mobile data, showcase Stadia. There's almost now no excuse, unless it doesn't run that well, then maybe don't show it. But mobile data is not meant to be consistent. So either way, like, we can completely show people now how awesome Stadia is, and I think that's awesome. You just need a PC, a Bluetooth, decent controller, and decent internet. You're right, and you're good to go. Exactly, Stadia Universe. Exactly, brother. By the way, if you guys haven't checked out Stadia Universe's channel, please check it out. Click on his little profile. Go sub to him, man. He's a really cool guy. I really think that Dead by Daylight part of Stadia Pro will push Stadia by millions of new subscribers. Ooh, millions? Dead by Daylight streamers are huge. Keep up the great work, Sunny. I don't know about millions, sir, but the implemented features, I think Dead by Daylight has a huge... People don't realize Dead by Daylight has a really, like... I don't want to say the word that I was about to say. They have a pretty dedicated... That's the perfect word. They have a dedicated following, and I think Dead by Daylight is an excellent get. I personally love the game. I reviewed it last year on the Nintendo Switch. I did a full review on it, a YouTube video. I love the game, and I can't wait to play it on Stadia because it's going to be way superior to playing it on the freaking Switch. So I'm really, really excited, and I can't wait to stream it. So good call, Brandon. I like your mindset on that one. Have you heard anything about VR on Stadia? No, I have not heard anything on VR. I think that'll happen at some point, but it's going to be a while. When will Stadia expand to more countries? Gola, don't know. The closest information we found on that lately, Gola, is that a Stadia Twitter handler said that they're looking to get more countries this year, Gola. So more countries will be announced. Which countries those are, though, we don't know. Give me a second, guys. I'm losing my voice. Google made a big mistake to start with Stadia with the Pro version. I kind of agree with that. I kind of agree with you. I agree with you. No one talks about that, but I agree. By the way, Alexander, Android TV dominate the future. I agree. Android TV, Stadia needs to be on Android TV, and they're getting there. They're working on it. We're going to see, I guarantee you we'll see Android TV within the next 3 months. I wouldn't be surprised we see it this month, possibly next month. If I had to guess next month, but we'll see Android TV, and I think it's a big key to, I mean, all these things are going to add up to where a lot more people will be on this platform, and I agree with you. I just wish more people would try it rather than knock it. It is free to try, Matt. That's true. But you know what? Some people don't even want to try it out free with the pro model. And I think they got to find some unique ways to get people on the platform without signing up for pro. But I agree. It is free to try. Hey, we'll see. We just got to get people trying it. When you buy a game in Stadia base, I think that you will get it as the user the same quality as buying in Pro, free for the 4K for all. You know, I kind of agree with that too, Alberto. I think when you buy a game on Stadia, they should give you access to 4K. They shouldn't put that behind the Pro. But I hear what you're saying for sure. Is it possible that Stadia will get the next generation of version NBA 2K21? It's possible. I don't see it happening. I don't see it happening. 2K's, those people over there are lazy. I don't see Stadia being that one like system that happens to get the next gen before everyone else. But can you imagine if it does happen? If 2K ends up getting, NBA 2K ends up getting the next gen visuals and all that stuff that the new consoles have, like on Gen 2 hardware, the amount of press that Stadia would have on that would be insane. But I don't think they're going to do them that favor. I don't see it happening. So we'll see what happens. We'll see when it launches. I feel like if that did happen, we might actually see some press for that. Like I could see Stadia pushing that out. Like, hey, we actually have the newest next gen visuals, next gen here with NBA 2K21, and I think that would be insane. I just don't think it's gonna happen. If I go off the history of how 2K does things, I don't see them doing that for Stadia. I just don't. Yes, Little123, don't forget to raid. Thank you, Little123. I'm glad I made you a mod. Thank you. I didn't forget. I've had it in my mind. We'll raid some streamers after this. I've tried Stadia on 5G in Leeds, UK, and it works perfectly. Definitely got a few people to try Stadia, showing them that. That's sweet, Timothy. That is sweet. That's how you do it, guys. Just let people try Stadia. You just change hearts and minds one person at a time. That's how we got to do it right now, because we got to do Stadia's job a little bit right now until they get like their ducks in a row and they really get this platform firing on all cylinders. It's gonna happen. We got to give it time, but in the meantime, that's personally what I try to do with my channel. My goal of this channel is to open people's eyes to cloud gaming, open people's eyes to Stadia. Stadia is my favorite cloud platform. I mean, hey, we got to do it that way. But I don't know if it's me, but your voice and the music down. Let me see. No, my voice sounds good. The music might be pretty low though. The music might be pretty low, but my voice, I think my sound should be fine. I think Stadia will support. Hold on, let me see. Brandon says crowd play live streaming. They should get you to do okay free from Google. For sure, Brandon. And when crowd play launches, I'll be doing it. I think Stadia will support Apple devices around Christmas, because then people home with their family, they get enough time to play games. What are your thoughts on when they start to support? Well, honestly, it doesn't seem like Apple has any inclination to really, like, any sort of effort or any sort of will to have cloud gaming on their platform right now. They are getting a lot of backlash, so maybe we start to see some changes here, but who knows? And it'd be great to have it by, like you said, the end of the year. I do want to see, like I said, more controllers, more physical equipment. I think having a Kishi Stadia-like would be amazing. If it's like something that goes direct into Wi-Fi, can you imagine if they make this? And I think having that type of stuff right around Christmas for Stadia would be a pretty big boon for Stadia themselves. So hopefully we start to see a little bit more hardware, a little bit more equipment like that. I wrote this from an iMac, which will be better. Will be the last Apple product I've ever bought. See, there you go. There's people leaving. They're not buying Apple products because of that. Conan says I've had enough. Because they continue to listen to all these big channels instead of seeing it for themselves. I know, Universe. Stadia Universe. I know what you mean, brother. They listen to all these people, and it's like they don't have. It's tough, man. And you know how many comments I've gotten, guys? I've gotten dozens and dozens of comments of people who come on my channel. They come in my comment section on my videos. They go, "I've tried Stadia. I've tried Stadia, and I listened to this guy, I listened to that guy, I listened to this big YouTuber, I listened to Review Tech USA, I listened to Young, I listened to whoever, and they said Stadia sucked, but I played it and it works amazing for me." I've gotten dozens. I can't even, it's a headache. I've gotten so many comments like that where people have tried Stadia and they're just like, we don't know what those guys were talking about, and I didn't buy Stadia because they were saying how terrible it was. It sucks. It is what it is. We have to kind of fight past that, unfortunately. But I mean, a lot of these influencers, they don't have influencers in other countries. And like I keep saying, I think that's kind of where the big marketing push is. Other countries, people who have access to phones and they just game on their phones mainly. I think that's kind of where a big chunk of people who will be joining the Stadia platform will be there. If Cyberpunk was to release early on Stadia, that would get people to try it. It would, but unfortunately it's not early. It's going to be delayed. Sucks. Philly says, Philly Games, Apple not supporting cloud gaming hurts both Apple and Stadia, and Apple misses out on money, and iOS users rarely go out of Apple ecosystem. Yes, I know, Philly, and it sucks, man. It sucks. Eric, man, good to see you. Good to see you back. You didn't miss much, man. I'm just here talking my ear off. I'm losing my voice. Stadia will live and die with its community, and we're a passionate community. Agreed, Timothy. So it'll blow up with some key titles. Stadia needs its main games like old consoles. Exactly. That's what I've been saying, Timothy. When I talk about what will make Stadia more mainstream, I talk about it in the sense of the current mindsets of gamers that are already out there. They're already on their PS5s. They're already on their Xboxes. They're already on their PC gaming. That's the segment I'm talking about. I think there's other parts of the world where they want to play high quality games, but they don't buy consoles. They don't buy all that stuff. They're not going to be listening to these influencers. They're not going to listen to all the other people in the comment sections of these things trashing Stadia because they don't want to go into cloud gaming. Let's be real. There's so many people that trash cloud gaming, not just Stadia, but cloud gaming in general, because they don't want that future. So because they don't want that future, they're trashing something they've never even tried before. And when I talk about Stadia blowing up, I talk about that segment of people. And I think when there's a game that's so big, they can't ignore it. That's what's going to happen, and it's just going to blow them away, and they're going to be on the wrong side of that hate. Tell it like it is, the real truth about Stadia. Samsung S20, and I got Brandon. Samsung, you're going to get the Samsung S20? Sweet, man. Your last iPhone? Yeah, I hear you. I hear you, Brandon. Hey, guys, if you haven't already, leave Sunny a nice, huge like, and a sub would be great, too. Thank you, Jason. Yes, if you haven't subbed to the channel, please sub to this channel. I'm a cool guy, I promise. I'm a cool guy. I think you guys can like me. Jason, I hope you're doing well, sir. I haven't seen you in a while. Good to see you, buddy. Eric says, I love my Stadia. Works great for me. Exactly. A lot of influencers jumped on the hate wagon for views without trying, and that really annoyed me. I hear you. I hear you. They should let Matt Pat do the next Nintendo Direct. I mean, Stadia Connect. Who? Matt Pat? Who's that? I don't know who that is. I watched a YouTuber playing with Orcs Must Die 3 for the whole stream. He talked trash about Stadia. Whatever to that guy. This community is awesome as well as Stadia. Absolutely. Funny thing is, most people have a Google account, and it only takes a couple of clicks to get gaming for free, at least for 1 month. I know, Colin. I know. And they're all like that it can't work, and I'm like, brother, it's already working. Exactly, Timothy. That's what I tell people now. That's what I tell people now. It already works. It's already good to go. It already is a thing. All right, guys, let me go ahead and link my stream over to some people. We have a couple people. We only have one guy. We have one gentleman here. He's streaming Assassin's Creed on Stadia. Give him some love. FY, if you recently bought or thinking about buying a supported Chrome, go. Yes, you can get the 3 months free. That's a good point. I'm gonna link some guys that you guys can watch. If you guys don't mind, give them a little bit of love. They're Stadia streamers. We got to give all this love to our other brothers and sisters out there that try to get this platform out there in a positive way. Is my man streaming today? Is Clive streaming? Lord Kensel? Oh, he is streaming. Xbox One X. Playing some Jones steals my Stadia PUBG squad. All right, here, join our another buddy here. He streams Stadia. We got two guys. I'm gonna head out, guys. Thank you guys for coming out. We have two guys streaming Stadia right now. Did I do that correctly? I don't think so. Check out these gentlemen. These are we have Link and Lord Kensel. They're Stadia streamers. Give them a little bit of love. Show them what's up. They are Stadia streamers, so I'd love for you guys to just say, hey, from Sunny, I'm here saying hi. This is going to be it for me, guys. Thank you guys for watching today. I streamed for 2 hours. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. It's been a lot of fun. We're going to do this next Saturday. If there's any crowd play, anything that launches, I will be live streaming right away. We have a lot of giveaways coming out here soon in the next couple of weeks, so stay tuned to this channel. Thank you for all the donations. I got all the members and subs today. Thank you guys for hanging out. I'm going to head out, guys. Have a good one. I will see you guys next week. Peace to everybody. Peace to everybody. Have a good one, guys.